Fun House Bray. I honestly expect the Royal Rumble to have a Fiend match and a Funhouse Bray match. It wouldn't surprise me if we were to see Bray Wyatt twice at the Rumble, taking on The Miz and taking on Daniel Bryan. So maybe we'll get a little bit more build on that tonight. Of course, King Corbin, Roman Reigns, that seems to be rumbling along. Bayley as well. I don't know who she's going to face. We'll have to wait and see kind of what match she has, but she's bound to have a match at the Royal Rumble. So yeah, there's plenty going on. I'd imagine Lacey Evans, that's the name that's coming to mind, but I feel like Lacey's got a bigger problem with Sasha Banks than she does with Bayley, so not too sure who she's going to face. I'm also going to be absolutely fantastically distracted right now because I've got BT Sport on, because of course the wrestling has moved from Sky to BT Sport here in the UK. So I've got BT Sport on, and they've got this amazing Ric Flair documentary that I've never seen. I think it was like is it HBO or ESPN 30 for 30, Ric Flair 30 for 30. I remember when it was on TV in America and people buzzing about it, but I never got around to watching it. I never saw it. It's on TV right now. So I'm telling you, if I wasn't streaming right now, I would just be sat here. I'd probably go and get some popcorn. I'd try and find a massive drink from somewhere. And I would just be enjoying my evening watching this Ric Flair documentary. So I've kind of got it on in the background, so I'm going to be a little bit distracted. But it looks absolutely awesome. Ric Flair was just talking about when he first won the world title, which was 1981. And, of course, he's talking about the NWA Championship. And it was just really cool to see him with the NWA Championship that, of course, Nick Aldis carries these days. Hello to everyone in the chat, by the way. I know I am getting a little distracted by the documentary, but I'm sure you forgive me because this thing does look amazing. Yes, hello to everyone that's in the chat. Days that was ESPN. Shout out to John Elite. I thought I couldn't remember if it was HBO or ESPN. I knew it was one of them. But yes, so good. I don't know if you've seen it, but from the 3-4 minutes that I watched, I was totally hooked. Totally hooked. I could not stop watching it. I'm still getting distracted now. Jason Peace, shout out to you, my friend. Days, what matches are you looking forward to for Wrestle Kingdom? I gotta tell you, Wrestle Kingdom is going to be a bit of a nightmare because it starts, I believe, at 8 in the morning here. So right now, I think Wrestle Kingdom starts in about 8 hours. So we're going to stream for the next 3 hours. I'm then going to try and get a couple of hours sleep if I can. And then we're going to stream again for Wrestle Kingdom. Now, this is the first time that I think we're streaming Wrestle Kingdom. So we do need to talk about Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle Kingdom is a New Japan Pro Wrestling show. I want to say it's the biggest wrestling show outside of WWE. It's the next biggest show compared to like WrestleMania. There's going to be 45,000 people at this show. It's in Japan. They've got some of the biggest wrestling names in the world competing. Jericho is on the card. Jon Moxley is on the card. Naito, Okada is on the card, of course. It's Jushin Thunder Liger as well this weekend. So we do need to talk about Wrestle Kingdom. There's so much that we need to cover because, of course, it's across 2 days. Wrestle Kingdom is 2 days this year. And honestly, it's normally the best wrestling show of the year. Not even lying. Normally, like, as a show from start to finish, it's normally the best wrestling show of the year. We need to talk about all of the main matches. Of course, Okada is regarded as the best wrestler in the world. You could argue that it's also Will Ospreay, but Will Ospreay is on this show as well. So, man, yeah, there's so much to go through. I am very, very excited for Wrestle Kingdom. I've been doing a lot of research for it, just trying to get myself up to speed because I don't get a chance to watch like every week. I try and keep an eye on the results, but I've been watching a lot of the preview videos, a lot of the prediction videos. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. So we've got Smackdown now, well, in about 58 minutes time. And then we've got Wrestle Kingdom just a few hours after that. So if you're a wrestling fan, it is non-stop, let me tell you, absolutely non-stop. Days, the Blue Universal title is now on WWE Shop. Amazing. Very cool. Renee Young left WWE for New Japan. Huskus, shout out. He's not around. I haven't got him here. Otherwise, I would do that for you. I still haven't located him, to be honest. I haven't looked. But he absolutely could be outside. He could have been stolen by Kia Days and taken outside. And right now, he could be in a hedge. So, yeah, I do need to try and track him down. Because I haven't seen him for probably about a week now. It's probably been about a week. Jerry Lopez says, hey, Wrestling Days, where do they give that? Where do they give that? Where do they give that? Where do they give what? What? Where do they give that? What were we talking about? We were talking about Wrestle Kingdom. Do you mean where did they hold? Where will they hold that? I'm gonna go with that. Wrestle Kingdom is in Japan. It's at the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, inside a dome, and it can hold 45,000 people. Anyone that's anyone is either there or will be watching it. Like Dave Meltzer always goes over, and it's their WrestleMania. It's their WrestleMania. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling's WrestleMania, and there's still an argument that they are the second biggest wrestling company in the world. You could argue AEW, but I don't know if AEW could do a 45,000 seater show. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe they could, but New Japan are. Let's put it that way. New Japan are doing that show in just a few hours' time. This is Wrestle Kingdom 14. This is where, I think, was it 11? Wrestle Kingdom 11, if we go back 3 years ago. This is where we got Omega versus Okada, which was, the start of, AEW, really. There's an argument that if Omega and Okada hadn't had such an amazing match, arguably the greatest wrestling match of all time, then maybe we wouldn't have AEW now. And again, that comes from New Japan and from Wrestle Kingdom. Again, New Japan, it's where the Bullet Club are. It's where AJ Styles came from. Obviously, he went from Impact TNA over to New Japan. It's where Finn Balor came from. He was over there as Prince Devitt. It's where Shinsuke Nakamura came from. So, I mean, the list is incredible. So, yeah, I'm really excited. Shout out to the Swamp Manor. We might have been a couple of minutes early. To be honest, I was watching this documentary and it just got to a break and I was like, I need to start now. If I don't start now, I'm going to end up watching the documentary. It's still on. It's going to be on for like the next hour. So I'm like hooked. I'm absolutely hooked. Just watching the NWA podcast. What is a Wrestling Days? I didn't get a chance to watch the recent one. It's a very good question though. What is a Wrestling Days? I saw the great news about those guys that they are now being considered by YouTube for monetization. So it seems like not only have they got the subs, but they've got the required amount of views and watch time and everything. And so now YouTube are considering monetizing them. So hopefully we find out in I don't know how long it takes actually, 48 hours or something, that they have been monetized. Days has Huskus, so Days would choose to have Huskus as a pet. I love that Huskus thing, but I don't know where it's gone. I need to try and find it. Really hoping we get a 25-minute King Corbin promo. Yeah, I think we all are. The real man, I think we all are. That's the only reason I'm watching. I just want a 25-minute King Corbin. In fact, 2 hours. Let's just do a 2-hour King Corbin promo. No interruptions. Just no commercials. Just a straight 2 hours. It's the only reason that I'm watching. Not sure if you've heard, but you can now watch NXT and NXT UK on BT Sport. I have heard, my friend. Yes, I have heard. And yeah, very, very cool. Big news for us here in the UK. And as I said, you know, I mean, to be honest, on Sky Sports, their coverage was very, very poor. They would literally put the show up and that was pretty much it. Either side of the show, you'd get old episodes of Slam City. Like, still, I think that show was like 6 years old now. But you'd get these old little promos from superstars that have left. You'd get episodes of Slam City, and it had gone really stale. Apart from showing the current shows, everything else about their presentation was really stale. And you don't really realise that until you watch it on BT Sport. And it's like, man, I'm a massive wrestling fan, as you know. I've never seen this Ric Flair documentary. And BT Sport are giving it to me right now. So already BT Sport are like amazing compared to what Sky were doing. Sky for some reason, it just went stale. Just really went stale. I can't watch SmackDown today because Fox and Verizon aren't working together. Yeah, I have heard that. It's a real, real shame. Hopefully they get something sorted with that situation. Do you want Mercy the Buzzard as a pet? Not really. I'd say out of all of the puppets, Mercy's like my least favourite. Nothing wrong with Mercy, but I don't find Mercy funny, cute, or anything. So yeah, I would say puppet. Let's rank puppets. Huskus number 1, then probably Ramblin' Rabbit at 2, then Abby the Witch, then Mercy. And of course, Devil Vince would be in there somewhere, but we've only seen him a couple of times. So I don't know. I don't know where I'd put Devil Vince, but Huskus number 1. Huskus is the best. Huskus number 1. Days, how can the Fiend be beaten? I think the Fiend can be beaten. You've got to remember that the Fiend is occupying Bray's body. So Bray Wyatt has basically been consumed. He's been taken over. So that is still a mortal body. That is still a normal body. A body that will fail. You know, I really like the idea of someone. Imagine a match that was like an hour long and the opponent was like wearing down and working on different parts of the body. Someone like Pete Dunne with his joint manipulation, you know? I could imagine the Fiend like trying to get up. You can see him desperately trying, like every fiber in his body, trying to get up, trying to move that body. But the body has failed because it is just a human body. The Fiend is trapped in a way within a human body. So I think as long as you can damage that body, you can wear that body down, you can target the limbs, then I really like the idea. I think that'd be a really good finish for a match. I really like the idea of a submission hold that the Fiend just can't get out of, so he passes out. The body just gives out. The body gives up, you know. The Fiend doesn't give up. It's the body that gives up. No tapping or anything, right? Just passes out. I think that would be amazing. I really like the idea of the Fiend being pinned. And you can see that he's trying, but like the body's just, it's given up and there's just no way for him to kick out. I feel like there are ways to beat the Fiend, and I feel like there'd be very interesting stories to tell, and that's the kind of road that I would go down. I don't think you can ever beat the spirit, the darkness. I mean, there's no way of beating the actual Fiend, but he is trapped within a human body. I've said before as well, I would love it if he had a match with like Aleister Black. and it was like this absolute war, and there was blood, and they were both, you know what I mean, like 40 odd minutes in, they were both just absolutely, they were giving their all, and out of nowhere, Black Mass, off comes the mask, and he just, bang, down he goes, and he's just, for whatever reason, he's not there anymore, like the Fiend spirit has gone. That would be such an amazing way to end like a WrestleMania or something. Not this year, but you know, in the future, it'd be amazing. Love the UK. Can't wait to visit London for the first time. And my friends there, Richard Plus Films. We are very excited to have you over here as well. So you'll absolutely love it. If you go into London, there's that famous saying from someone that I can't remember. If you get tired of London, you get tired of life, because there is just that much to do. You know, even in the summer, we have great weather as well. So if you come at the right time, we should have great weather. There's more restaurants than you'll ever be able to visit, more pubs and bars you'll ever be able to visit, more shops than you could ever shop in. Yeah, it's amazing. London is amazing. Days, I think New Japan has the most stacked roster on the planet. I agree, my friend. I agree. I think it's an amazing promotion. The only thing I don't like about New Japan is the amount of tag matches that they have. They do a lot of the thing you need to know about New Japan is that they've got a faction war, and they've had this faction war going on for quite a long time now. So you've got the Bullet Club, but there's other groups as well. You've got Chaos, you've got Los Ingobernables, you've got Suzuki Gun. So you've got all of these like factions that are warring, and each faction's got like a leader, and it does make it all very interesting. It adds another layer of interest and intrigue. But the problem is, you tend to get a lot of tag matches, as you get like Los Ingobernables taking on Chaos, and then you'll have like Bullet Club taking on Suzuki Gun, you know? So you get a lot of tag matches on normal shows. And I'm just not really into that. I love their singles matches. I love their tag matches when it's proper tag teams, like Gorillas of Destiny, but we can talk about this during the New Japan stream, because we are back later. We are back later for New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're going to be covering this weekend both days. The second day as well, arguably has got the biggest match in New Japan history, because it's going to see the New Japan champion taking on the Intercontinental champion. Winner takes all. That is on Sunday, I believe. So yes, that's going to be absolutely incredible. Days, what's your favourite John Cena moment of all time? I really loved when he came back at the Royal Rumble. That moment was absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. Mr. Big K 5570 says, let him in. I am heading to the arena now. Smackdown in Memphis. Have a fantastic time, my friend. I think it should be a really good show. We are now officially out of December. This is January. The shows get better from now. We're building towards the Royal Rumble. Every single year, if you've been watching wrestling for a long time, you will know December does this, right? I don't know what happens, but as soon as you get to December, the quality of the shows, everything just goes, it's as if it goes into like slumber. It's as if like it goes into hibernation or something, because December is normally a very, very bad month. And honestly, this was a bad December as well. Not a great deal going down. You know, we started to see kind of like the new year get kick-started on Monday with the wedding and that wedding segment, which did mental numbers. And I'm not saying we're going to see some that big tonight, but I'm expecting a good show. I am expecting a good show. So shout out to Mr. Big K. And also we've got our good friend Joe. Joe Mikulachik is here. He says, I agree with your opinion about how The Fiend can lose. I just hope that Bray gets at least one WrestleMania moment before he drops the title. I don't want The Fiend. If I'm being honest, I don't want The Fiend to lose the title in 2020. Now, people watching might be like, what? You want him to keep the title all year? Yes, I do want him to keep the title all year. Because I don't think that it should be easy to beat The Fiend. I think it should take a Herculean effort, you know? And long title reigns are not something to be scared of, you know? Over in New Japan, they do long title reigns. Okada, I think, held the title for like 2-3 years. Absolutely incredible title reign, faced everyone, beat everyone, and when he did lose the title, it was a real moment. It was a real OMG moment. And, you know, back in the old days, you know, you'd have long title reigns as well. So I love long title reigns. You know, there's a lot of rumors, you know, there's a lot of rumors. We don't even know if The Fiend's going to get past Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble. And then if he does, there's rumors that he's going to have to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Could you imagine if he gets past both of those? Can you imagine if he is still champ after WrestleMania? That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. He will have got past Daniel Bryan and Roman and probably some other challenge. Yeah, that'd be absolutely amazing. Build towards SummerSlam. If he drops it at SummerSlam, then, you know, so be it. But honestly, I'd keep it on him. I'd keep it on him all the way through 2020. And when he does lose the title, then it'll be a much bigger deal. Much bigger deal. I saw that we got another super chat. Let me go to that. It's Joaquin. It's our good friend. Joaquin, how are you, buddy? Which wrestler would you make younger, Hogan or Undertaker? What? So if you had a magic ability to make someone young and watch their career again, who would you make young? Well, I would have to say Undertaker because I love Undertaker. He's my favorite wrestler. So I'd have to go with Undertaker. I don't know if Undertaker would have as big an impact as Hogan. But saying that, this is a different world. I don't think the crowds would react to Hogan in this era as they did in the 1980s. Depends if World War III starts. If World War III starts, then there's going to be this big wave of patriotism again, isn't there? And then maybe it'd be the perfect time for Hogan to come back. So, yeah, I'll go with Undertaker. But nothing but respect to what Hogan achieved. Shout out to famous KJ Carter. Hope you are well. How is Mercy the Buzzard dangerous? Don't think he is dangerous, is he? I mean, he is dangerous for Rambling Rabbit. King Vines says, "Hey, I met the Fiend last week." Ooh, King Vines, where did you meet the Fiend? Was this at SmackDown? It must have been. I'm guessing SmackDown. Don't tend to see the Fiend out and about like in the shops. Like, did you bump into him at Walmart or Kmart or something? That would be terrifying, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely terrifying. So I'm guessing SmackDown. I hope you had a great time. Shout out to AOP. Can I get a shout out? Yes, shout out to Carol King. Would you like to help the USA? I don't think you need my help. I am literally no help to anyone, right? So the last thing you need is me getting involved. Royal Rumble predictions. CM Punk, I would love to see. That would be the dream, wouldn't it, to have CM Punk come back? Outside of that, I think more realistic, you're probably looking at Kevin Owens. In regards to the women, I think it's most likely Ronda Rousey. They keep saying she's coming back, she's coming back, she's coming back. So Royal Rumble would make a lot of sense. They're definitely going to want her for WrestleMania. I don't think she's going to work as many dates as she did before. If she comes back, it'll be on a Brock Lesnar schedule. So I could see her winning the Rumble. That'll get her to WrestleMania. Technically, she's earned it. Sets up the match between her and Becky. Tick, 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 tick. So I can see it being Ronda. And I'd love it to be Punk, but I think Kevin Owens would be great as well. King Vines says, I met him at a live event. Very cool. Very, very cool. Well, King Vines, I'm really impressed you survived. So well done to you, my friend. Days, can you watch Raw, SmackDown on the network or only on demand? It is Jackaboy. It is only on USA and Fox, or in the UK, BT Sport. The reason for that is because they pay a lot of money to have the shows exclusively. So the network, that you've got to think of the network as being for pay-per-views and for old things. When it comes to Raw and SmackDown and NXT, they are shown elsewhere live. They will go on to the network, but you have to wait about 3 weeks. I think it's actually only 24 hours for NXT. 24 hours later, it goes onto the network. But Raw and SmackDown, I think it's around 3 weeks. So, yeah, sadly, it is on USA Network and Fox. What do I do for a living? This is what I do. Stream all the time. We stream on a Monday for Raw. We do NWA on a Tuesday, when it's on a Tuesday. We do NXT and AEW on a Wednesday. We do SmackDown on a Friday. We do UFC on a Saturday. And then if there's a WWE pay-per-view on a Sunday, then we do that. This weekend, no UFC, no pay-per-views, Wrestle Kingdom. It's all about New Japan Pro Wrestling. So if you've ever wondered about Wrestle Kingdom or New Japan, jump on. It's going to be absolutely awesome. You can watch Wrestle Kingdom on Fight TV. So you can go to fight.tv and you can order it there. Or you can go to New Japan World, what is it? New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW. NJPW World. You can go there and watch it via there. I think that's cheaper, but it's like a monthly subscription thing. Whereas if you go to Fight, I think it's more expensive, but it's just one-off. So, yeah, I would urge that you do if you want to see what I think will be the best wrestling of the year. Actual in-ring stories and actual matches and actual wrestling. This is the show to watch. This is the weekend. Jon Morrison is backstage. That would be amazing if Jon Morrison was to come out. That would I could definitely see that happening as well, because as I said, we are now out of December, and December famously is not a very good month. So yeah, very excited to see what's in store. Shout out to John Elite 45. Days, Drew McIntyre versus The Fiend. I was there. Amazing. Do you think Kevin Owens versus Lesnar at Mania? I think there's a very good chance of that, yes. It depends how long he is in this feud with Seth for. This feud against Seth could easily run till WrestleMania. Like, if we were to get Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, that wouldn't surprise me. But I would love to see Kevin Owens against Brock. I think that'd be amazing. I'm scared that Connor will lose in the UFC. I don't think he will. I think he'll be all right. Shout out to Tyler Sims. As Bray Wyatt says, he does not feel pain. Surely the best way to beat him would be a sleeper hold. I would like Samoa Joe to be built up and then eventually beat him in a year's time. Yep, I completely agree. I think that's a really good shout. Sleeper hold would be really good. I don't want the Fiend to tap, because if the Fiend taps, that kind of implies that he is feeling pain. The Fiend cannot tap. So I want the Fiend, if I want him to be in a coquina clutch or a sleeper hold or something like that, and I want him to pass out. I want him to just go, because the body has failed. The body has given up. So yeah, I think that's really good booking. Jesse Callan, shout out to you, my friend. Fred says on WWE on Fox's Instagram, in the predictions for the Rumble, you can see Jon Morrison amongst all the stars. Yeah, no, that's not really a big surprise. I was expecting him I mean, we've seen him already. We know that he's coming. Whatever brand he goes on, I'm expecting him to be in the Rumble. So, yeah, we know he's on the way. I think that would be bigger news if he hadn't already appeared on the bump. But he's already been announced on WWE Backstage that he's signed. We've seen him be interviewed on WWE The Bump. We know that he's coming. So, yeah, I'm expecting him literally at any point. And maybe even tonight. Maybe tonight on SmackDown. Days, the person in the comments could be right. Morrison is in Memphis. Yep, wouldn't surprise me. Stone Cold enters at number 30 at the Rumble, gets eliminated by Kevin Owens, and then they fight at WrestleMania. That would be very cool. Days, now that SmackDown is on BT, will we hear the following program is a post-Watershed production? It will contain scenes and stories not suitable for children. Maybe. There will be some kind of disclaimer, almost certainly. There was one that I remember that used to be on videos. I think it was like, all WWE superstars are highly trained professional athletes. Please do not imitate or copy their performances or actions inside the ring. This program is solely intended for your viewing pleasure. I think that was it. I think that is the spiel. I am remembering that from when I was like 7. Every single time you watched a WWE video, that would be at the beginning. Every single video. So if you've got like WrestleMania 5, WrestleMania 6, WrestleMania 7, SummerSlam 90, 91, it always had that little disclaimer at the start. I love those things. Days, I think Rusev and Lana deserve more credit than they're getting for their storyline being so negative with them having a marriage outside of the ring. Yeah, I mean, like, they're getting numbers, aren't they? We said in the video earlier, so I know there's a lot of people that hate the storyline, and I'm not a big fan. I'm not going to lie, you know, we've been trashing that storyline week after week after week, and then it got to the wedding, and the wedding was so bizarre, but it was so bizarre that I found it really entertaining. I can't wait to see what happens next. There's a lot of people that are like giving up on it, and I understand that. And I said in the video on Raw, I'm not going to defend it. There's nothing to defend. It's bizarre, but so bizarre that I really do think it's entertaining. Days, have you ever realised there's never any jobbers on SmackDown? No, I haven't actually. Can low blow be an effect on the Fiend? No, I don't think so, because that would again imply that he's feeling pain, and apparently the Fiend doesn't feel pain. So what you have to do is you've got to break bones in a way. You've got to dislocate shoulders. You've got to literally break the body. You've got to stop the Fiend from being able to do the things he wants to do. So if obviously the Fiend wants to walk, wants to throw punches, well, you've got to injure the elbow, you've got to injure the shoulder. You know, you want the Fiend to throw a punch, but the shoulder gives up, and like the Fiend can't, like, he wants to, but he can't. With a low blow, that's not gonna cause any problems, is it? That's literally just pain. It's just like really intense pain. And yeah, I mean, they've got to be so careful as to how they book the Fiend, because he said he doesn't feel pain now. So now every time you watch his matches, he can't really show that he's feeling pain. Of course, Bray could be lying. Bray has lied to us in the past, and he's saying to us now that the Fiend doesn't feel pain, but who knows? Who knows if he's telling the truth or not? But Days, they should play Punk's music at 30, and then Corbin comes out. That'd be awful. I mean, it would be great trolling, but yeah, people would hate it. What's your prediction for NXT UK ratings? No idea, mate. I've got nothing to benchmark it against. Obviously, it's only just moved over to BT Sport. So I've got no idea how many people watch BT Sport at that time. I've got no idea the kind of promotion that they've done. I've seen a couple of adverts, and that's all. It's only been very recently that we found out that NXT and NXT UK were coming to BT Sport. So personally, I wouldn't expect it to do great numbers. I think there's a lot of superstars no one's going to have heard of. I don't think. I think wrestling fans might tune in, but wrestling fans could always have tuned in on the network anyway. So I don't know. I think they're used to watching it on the network. Are they going to stop and they're going to go to BT Sport instead? Probably not. I'm gonna say that it does. Let's think. 30 to 50,000. 30 to 50,000, something like that. I could be well off, but I'm just thinking that WWE Backstage this week did 90 odd thousand in America, and that's on FS1 in America. So BT Sport, I think 30,000 would be the ballpark for me on that, but that's just an absolute guess. Days, could you see a puppet winning the 24/7 championship? Yeah. I mean, it's a belt, isn't it? That they don't really care about. We've seen announcers winning it, and backstage personnel at WWE winning it. So yeah, I don't think they're that bothered about who wins it. I know it's not wrestling related, but Phil Taylor is talking about a comeback this year. Okay. I think NXT will do 86,000. Fair play. Days, I've been watching you since day one, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, FaZe James. Appreciate the support, my friend. Really do. And thank you to everyone that's joining us here. I know, like, we do SmackDown every single week. But yeah, you know, it's amazing that we have got such a community that joins us on a regular basis. So really do appreciate it. I hope everyone's having a great new year as well. Of course, we're kind of past Christmas and we're past New Year now. So I don't know if people have gone back to school yet. I'm guessing that's next week. I know some people have had to go back to work already. Yeah, at least we can sit down and enjoy SmackDown, and we've got a weekend and everything, and a big weekend as well, what with it being Wrestle Kingdom. So think about that rather than work and school. But thank you to everyone that's joined us. Days, did you know you can watch Ring of Honor in the UK? Yes and no. I believe it's on Fight, unless you're going to tell me of a different way. Maybe it's on Twitch as well. I don't think it's on TV. Days, could The Fiend beat Goldberg? Yes, absolutely. NWA Power Podcast guys were promoting your channel on YouTube earlier. They're amazing. I love those guys. Yeah, big fan of those guys. They deserve all the success that they're getting. I think their channel has literally doubled in the past couple of weeks. And they're so entertaining. They're really knowledgeable about NWA and what's happening, and they've got really strong connections as well. Like some of the guests, they've done like hour-long interviews with Thunder Rosa and Nick Aldis and the vice president. So they're really on the up. That's a channel that I'm really pleased that we kind of got introduced to this year. I really love those guys. I'm going to go to WWE real soon. Well, have a great time, Nathan. I can see Shield saying, Umaga! Days, who do you think can beat The Fiend? Someone that's... I think to beat The Fiend, you've got to have good cardio because you need to last. Like, I don't think anyone's beating The Fiend quickly because if The Fiend can't feel pain, then how would you beat The Fiend? I don't think you're going to knock The Fiend out. You've literally got to wear the body down. That's what I think. You've got to wear the body down. The body has got to start failing. Now, in order to do that, that's going to take a good half an hour plus, So, I really like Aleister Black. I think Aleister Black could really do some damage. I would like Aleister Black really to be the person that beats The Fiend. I think that would be amazing in the future. So I think Aleister Black. I think I don't know. I think there's quite a few people that could. It's just, will they? I think Seth could. Seth has got all the tools to do it. Roman could. Brock could. But it's just, have they got the right strategy? I think if you're going in there trying to beat him early, you're not going to do it. You've got to just keep trying to wear him down. No early pins and things like that. Just keep targeting, keep going for it. I think, it'd be so interesting to have someone have a sit-down interview and just talk about, this is my plan. This is how I'm going to beat the Fiend. And then when the match happens, it will really give you something to watch out for. See, are they sticking to that strategy? I think that would be a really interesting kind of vignette or kind of sit-down interview. Them talking to one of the Fiend's opponents. Maybe Daniel. Maybe a sit-down interview with Daniel tonight. How are you going to beat the Fiend? And Daniel talking about how the Fiend doesn't feel pain. He's never been in the ring with a power like it before. His strategy isn't to go for early pins or early submissions. If he's just going to try and wear down different parts of the body. He's going to try and take the legs away if he can, so that the Fiend is, not able to move around as much, and then he can start working on the arms. And then once he's got him where he needs him, he'll put on the label lock, the yes lock. Fiend won't be able to escape, won't be able to get out of it. And that's how you beat the Fiend. The Fiend will pass out to the label lock. If the Fiend knocks on Aleister Black's door, does Aleister have to let him in? Yes, he would. You're absolutely right. Are you still scared of the Fiend when you got put on WWE? Well, I think he's quite busy at the moment. He's got a lot on his plate, hasn't he? He's got Daniel Bryan. There's the Miz that's around as well. Now that he's the champ, he's got, well, I say people coming for that title, but I don't know how many people actually want to face the Fiend. So I feel safe at the moment. I think I'm all right now. So I think we're good. Days, what is your dream elite set? Saying that, the dream must be included. Dream elite set. I would love champions. I'd love like 60s, 70s wrestlers, because there's no point saying anyone that's on the roster now because Mattel are going to make them. So there's no point saying, I'd love Kushida. You're going to have Kushida, right? Or I'd love Bianca Belair. You're going to have Bianca Belair, right? So there's no point saying anyone that's around now. You've got to look further back into the past. And honestly, I want Buddy Rogers now. Buddy Rogers, first ever WWE champion. I don't even know if we got a Jax figure of Buddy Rogers. I don't think we did. I don't think we did, I don't know if there's ever been a Buddy Rogers figure. So I would really love a Buddy Rogers, and I would love his belt, the first WWE Championship, as a Mattel belt. That, and they could even do it in like black and white, old school looking packaging. I think that would be absolutely awesome. So Buddy Rogers would definitely be one that I would want included. Favorite WWE wrestler? Shout out to you, Miles. I would say Undertaker for all time. Right now, I love Thunder Rosa, and I love Asuka as well, and obviously the Fiend. Heydays, New Legacy Inc. is a part of the wrestling community on YouTube. They are close to 1,000. Can you shout them out and help them out? To be honest, I mean, well, there we go. I've shouted them out. Not a channel that is on my radar, to be honest. No disrespect. As I've said a million times, I don't get chance to watch that many YouTube channels, because if I do get any spare time when I'm not streaming or not researching a video or recording or editing or being on Twitter, I spend a lot of time just replying to people on Twitter. So if I'm not doing any of those things, then I will be looking back at the history of like the NWA, or I'll be learning about New Japan ready for Wrestle Kingdom, or I will be going back onto the network or reading Bruno Sammartino's autobiography or watching documentaries like I did the other day with PCO, who is the, I think, current Ring of Honor champion. Also, I'd love to watch some MLW. I'd love to watch Lucha Underground. So, yeah, that's where I spend my time, doing all those kinds of things. So, I wish them nothing but the best, though, absolutely. And I'm sure they will get there very, very soon. William says, if so, I am hereby extending peace negotiations. Okay, William, you get that sorted, bud, because we are on the verge here. Denio says, could I beat the Fiend? I don't know much about you, Denio. I'm going to say no, but feel free to try. Let's put it that way. The Prince Isaac Balor, shout out to you, my friend. Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley is going to be competing at Wrestle Kingdom, taking on Lance Archer. Now, Lance Archer isn't going to be a name familiar with too many people, but Lance Archer has had a very good year. Big guy. This is a Texas death match as well. I think the only way to win is submission, pinfall submission. I think there's no DQ, or I'm not sure if you can pin, actually. So, yeah, we're going to have to see on the rules on that. I need to check the rules on that one. But, yeah, Texas death match. Jon Moxley, Lance Archer. I think it's for the United States Championship as well, the New Japan Pro Wrestling United States belt. So that match is going to be insane. Shout out to Patrick O'Neill and Nolene. Days versus Eva Marie. No, thank you. I don't want to see any match, even if I'm in it. I don't want to see an Eva Marie match. Thoughts on John Morrison, possible return tonight? Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. We know he's coming. So, if he does show up, it would be noteworthy, but not the biggest shock in the world. Could Morrison help Miz? He could help Miz, yes. Days, the Fiend should lose by the most dangerous move, a surprise roll-up. Yes, that is deadly, isn't it? That's basically what the 24/7 championship is all about. Shout out to Baby Girl 7128230. Amazingly, we are 16 minutes away. We've just been chatting a little bit about SmackDown, chatting a little bit about New Japan. As we said, we've got that coming up after SmackDown. So SmackDown will finish in, obviously, it's a couple of hours. So 2 hours 15. And then I think it's about 5 hours after that. Then we've got New Japan. Days, can you beat me? No, definitely not. What a horrible night not to have a super chat. Don't worry about it, Jesse. Who do you think Brock will face at the Rumble? Brock at the Rumble will face... really hard, actually. Really hard. Could it be... Could it be Cain Velasquez again? The only reason I say that is because there's rumors that it's meant to be Brock versus Cain at WrestleMania. But maybe they'll go in a different direction. I read a report earlier saying that people backstage at WWE have never known a WrestleMania card get put together so late. Apparently, most of the card is still to be decided. So if you're getting a little bit frustrated because there's not much news about WrestleMania matches, you're not alone. Even people that work backstage at WWE don't know what the plan is for WrestleMania. Like, at the moment, we're just guessing at every single match. I really think you're going to get Becky Ronda. I think that one is definite. I think there's a really good chance that you get Roman Fiend. I think they would love to do Roman versus The Rock, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But they would love to do it. You know they would love to do it. So, Roman versus The Rock would be huge. I don't know who would face The Fiend then, to be honest. I mean, there's a million options. They could do Fiend versus Braun, couldn't they? There's a lot of history there. So yeah, there's it's quite interesting how like apparently even people backstage haven't got a clue what WrestleMania is going to look like. Would you want to have a match with the Fiend? No. Becky Lynch, WWE, absolutely no. Brock is going to fight Dio Madden at Mania. I can't see that happening, to be honest. He's gone back to the Performance Center, hasn't he? To learn how to be a wrestler again. So I can't see them. I know that he got F5'd, but I don't think it's enough for them to build a whole WrestleMania match around him. DM telling me they know who I am. Do you think the Fiend will attack Roman to have Bray all to himself? He could. Do you think Jon Morrison will return at the Rumble? Well, there's rumours, Joseph, that it could be tonight. So we need to wait and see what happens tonight. Brock Lesnar versus Matt Riddle at WrestleMania. That would be fun. That would be amazing, but I can't see it happening. But it would be awesome. Days, it's revealed that you're going to be on SmackDown. Oh, well, that's news to me. That's quite a surprise. Shout out to Hajari. Hajari, is it? Hajari? I'll go with Hajari. I only saw it for a split second, but I think you pronounce Hajari. Shout out to you, my friend. Days, they should make King of the Ring figure set. Yes, Happy Foe. That is an amazing idea. That is amazing. I expect Sheamus to return tonight. Yep, Sheamus could. Who will win? Who won the Rumble in '98? Well, there we go. We'll throw that out there for the chat. Maybe Lesnar versus Fury or Samoa Joe. Lesnar versus Fury, I would absolutely hate. I said before, I would. If you're gonna have Tyson Fury in a match, he's got to be boxing because him trying to wrestle just didn't work. So, yeah, I mean, Lesnar Fury would be huge for like marketing and promoting, but I just don't know how you do that match. I honestly don't know how you do it because Fury just is not a wrestler, so he's going to have to box. But yeah, that would be a big spectacle. Sean resets. We are approaching 10 minutes, my friends. 10 minutes to go. This is your 10-minute warning. Sean Reset, shout out to you, buddy. Sean says, Days, I am here. Can you ask people to stop spamming? Stop spamming. Also, I got my first Elite figure, Seth Rollins Elite 64. That is a really great figure. Is that the one that's got the flames on the ring attire? We never got 64 in the UK in Smiths. I think it might be in like B&M now or Home Bargains or something. But yeah, it was kind of around the time where there was a little bit of trouble with Smiths and Mattel and they weren't taking the figures. So I think that's the one that's got the flames on. Has he got 2 belts with that as well? Can't quite remember. I do remember that Seth being a great, great figure though. So shout out to you, bud. Days, fun fact, Lance Archer was once in WWE. He was known as both Lance Archer and Vance Archer. There we go. Facts. Breaking news. Favorite match of all time? Well, the first one that comes to mind is Shawn versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. Just incredible. Absolutely. I actually watched that with someone that wasn't a wrestling fan, and it blew their mind as well. Really, really good stuff. It's a great match to show people that maybe aren't into wrestling. Days, why is Fury undefeated? Because he's beaten everyone. I don't know how to answer that. No, because no one's beaten him. My dream match is Pac versus Okada. That would be very cool. Days, Braun and Tyson Fury versus B-Team. No. They've already done it. They did it, didn't they? B-Team came running down in Manchester and they got beaten up. So that's it. Tyson Fury is done. now with WWE. If he comes back, I could see him having a match against Brock, or I could see them doing that. But yeah, I think he's done for now. Matt Riddle versus Goldberg. I don't know if Goldberg would do it, to be honest. I don't know if he'd do it. And yeah, he certainly wouldn't do it if he's going to lose. Please read OC and Balor versus Undisputed Era. Yeah, I could see that. Days, please come to Germany. I love Germany. I've been a couple of times. Really great place. We've got 8 minutes to go, guys. 8 minutes to go. Days, are you going to turn off your TV when the Texas death match happens because you hate death matches? I don't hate death matches. I just hate ones that are done badly. So I've got no issue with hardcore wrestling. It's not my favorite kind of wrestling. But my problem with Moxley and Omega, which is where this conversation is based, was the fact that they were doing something and then moving on to the next thing, and then moving on to the next thing, and moving on to the next thing, and moving on to the next thing. It was as if nothing mattered. It just didn't matter. Like, there's a moment where Moxley's being hung. Actually hung. Like, his feet aren't touching the floor. He's got rope around his neck. He's being choked out. He's being, like, hung on the edge of the ring. 5 seconds later, you wouldn't even know it had happened. You wouldn't even know because they were onto something else. I think at that point he was shoving glass into Omega's mouth, and do you know what I mean? It's just, and then after that we got barbed wire, and then after that there was an exposed ring, and there was so much. It became silly. It became like Benny Hill. It was just, yeah. I much prefer it if they just do. If the Moxley match is going to be like that, then I will hate it. I will hate it. I much prefer when there's like just like one thing that they utilize really well. You know, if they're both going to have barbed wire objects, then explore that. Use the barbed wire and explore what you can do with it and sell it. And I'm really into that idea, but yeah, there was too much. There was too much. It was kind of as if they wanted to just create a load of GIFs for online. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, did you see this moment? Oh, did you see this moment? Oh, did you see this moment? And it was just like moment after moment after moment. It was a sequence of moments, not a match. That is, do you know what? It's taken me a long, long time to come up with actually putting into words in one sentence my problem with that match, and that is exactly it. That is exactly it. It was a sequence of moments. It wasn't a match. Oh, do you know what? That feels really good. I feel like I'm in therapy. Now, if anyone asks me what my problem is with that match, I can just say in one sentence. Oh. Ryan W says, I was there for that match and it was overkill. Shout out to you, Ryan. I love Moxley. I wish him nothing but the best. I genuinely think Omega is one of the best wrestlers in the world. So to see him kind of doing that kind of stuff, just it's honestly it's like having caviar, right? That's what he is. He is the best. Yeah, he's right up there. He's one of the best in the world. So it's like having caviar and then just like dumping it into some kind of curry. Do you know what I mean? Some kind of really bland curry. So you're not going to taste the caviar anymore. It's not going to make the curry taste any better. In fact, curry and caviar, I should imagine, I've never even had caviar, but it just sounds horrible. Yeah, I really feel like there was better ways to use him. Moxley is the best. Moxley number one. I like him. I like Moxley. I feel like he's trying to prove a lot at the moment, and I don't think he has to be honest. I would like him to just put on a really good wrestling match. I'd love to see a really great Jon Moxley wrestling match. I like the fact, though, that you know that he'll go to any lengths to get the win now. And honestly, I'm looking forward to his match against Lance Archer, but we'll have to see, because yes, it could be a disaster for me, but it could be great as well. What about Riddle versus Goldberg? We kind of touched on that. I don't think Goldberg would do it. Goldberg legit doesn't like Matt Riddle, because Matt Riddle keeps trashing him in public. So he doesn't like him. There's no way he would do the job for him. So I just don't see that match happening. If it happens, Goldberg would win. And I just don't see the point. What's the point in Matt Riddle losing to Goldberg at WrestleMania? Adam Cole versus John Cena. That would be immense. I would love that. That is, do you know what? Andrew Johnson, that is the match that Adam Cole needs. Adam Cole needs a match against a big, big name. That would establish Adam Cole. Adam Cole is facing the likes of Johnny Gargano and Pete Dunne and Keith Lee, and he's facing all of these talents that haven't quite established themselves yet. What he needs is wins over Seth Rollins, wins over Daniel Bryan. I know that he picked up the odd win on Raw and SmackDown, but something at a pay-per-view on that size at SummerSlam or WrestleMania, you're absolutely right. That is exactly what Adam Cole needs. Adam Cole versus John Cena. Book it. Book it. That is exactly the match he needs. Do you know how the Royal Rumble surprises will work? What with Raw, SmackDown, and NXT all receiving 10 spots each? Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that there's 3 surprises. So that means that, you know, they can say that there's going to be 10 spots each. But in actual fact, there's going to be 9 each. And so then that leaves 3 spots for surprises. Or it could be that you've got 10 Raw, 10 SmackDown, you've had 9 NXT, and so you're expecting NXT at number 30, out walks CM Punk. Not saying that he goes to NXT, but I'm just saying that there's no rules in place that it has to be 10 from Raw, has to be 10 from SmackDown, has to be 10 from NXT. So yeah, we'll have to see how they do it, but easily done. Days, check your DMs right now. I'm a little bit behind, to tell the truth. Really need some moderators with this much spam. We seem to be all right, aren't we? I think it's settled down. Stoked for Wrestle Kingdom. Ibushi, Naito, Jushin, Kenta. Yeah, I agree. Unbroken 1010, I agree. It's an absolutely stacked card for Wrestle Kingdom. Right, we are very, very close now, friends. Very, very close. When is Wrestle Kingdom? Just a few hours, honestly. As soon as SmackDown finishes, I think we've got about 5 hours and then Wrestle Kingdom begins. So there's really like next to no time. We just go straight from one into the other. Okay, we're going over to SmackDown. We've got a little recap of what happened last week. Of course, it was the triple threat between King Corbin, Daniel Bryan, and The Miz. Winner would face The Fiend at the Royal Rumble. Took 3, I think, wasn't it 3 times we tried to have this match last week. I remember last week's SmackDown not being that great, but I have got high hopes for tonight. Are you watching it on BT Sports? Yes. Shout out to IB Gang. Hope you are well. SmackDown Live. First live show on BT. Is it the first live show on BT? Was Raw? Can't remember. You might be right. Can't remember what Raw was on, but I think you're right. I think Raw was on Sky, yes. We're really glad that you're our friend. I'd love Adam Cole to be a squash for Brock Lesnar. I'm not sure I want him to be a squash. I'd like him to have a match. But honestly, I think a match against John Cena would be a better match for him. Here we go, baby! Yes. Shout out to Imtiaz. Hope you are well. Yes, my queen. I like that. Famous KJ Carter. I will be your queen. I'm just going to stay here till World War III is over. Yes. This is a safe space. Right, we're backstage. We've got Daniel Bryan wrapping up his wrists, and there's The Miz. So we're starting with a little backstage segment. Miz looking very angry. Daniel says, what's up? The Fiend violated my home. So Miz says he needs the Fiend. Well, you don't. You need Funhouse Bray. Oh. Miz says he's going to take away... He's going to take everything that the Fiend cares about. What's the... He doesn't care about anything? Defeat the Fiend at Rumble. Not sure how I feel about that promo. So, Miz saying, defeat the Fiend at the Royal Rumble, not just for me, but for everyone. Don't know. I don't know about that. In regards to him saying, I'm going to take everything away the Fiend cares about, the Fiend don't care about anything. There's nothing you can take. Honestly, the Fiend ain't going to be bothered if you kill the puppets or burn the fun out. The Fiend don't care. Plus also, we've already seen the Funhouse burnt down, so... I don't know what else he could do. Liam Costa, hello, my friend. I want Shayna. Oh, that's a good shout. Didn't even think about Shayna. Yeah, we could get Shayna. Joaquim says, will Fight TV work? F-I-T-E for fight. Fight TV, F-I-T-E. That will work if you want to watch Wrestle Kingdom. Which starts, I think it's 8 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. Okay, we've had a few fireworks going off. We're going over to the arena. Hello, there's a guy waving. Hello. Welcome to 2020. We're in Memphis, Tennessee. We are live. Huge main event tonight. So we have got Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns taking on King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. That is your main event. Ryan Reynolds says, good evening, days, my friend. Shout out to you, Ryan. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone that's joining us right now. We are starting the show with the legit boss. Sasha Banks on her way. Ooh, I do like this new music. Bum, 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 bum. She's in wrestling attire, so Sasha Banks on her way. I'm guessing she's going to promo. She's kind of hanging around, so I'm guessing Bayley's coming out as well. Here she is. Here she is. Sasha Banks and Bayley starting off SmackDown. But Bayley looks so sad these days, doesn't she? She looks so sad when she walks out. She's got her head down. Little smile towards Sasha. Both of these are in wrestling attire, so I'm guessing we're going to get a tag match, women's tag match to start the show. Guy in the crowd got a red Hulk Hogan shirt on. He's wearing a yellow headband as well. I think he's going to be disappointed if he's come to see Hogan. Shout out to Juliet. Hope you are well. Shout out to Dominic Bressler as well. Okay, well, I am going to go out for a bit. See you later, William. Thank you for joining us. Days, I heard a rumor that Jon Morrison is backstage. Yes. Yes, I've heard that rumor. Okay, Sasha, Bayley, both in the ring. I'm expecting Lacey to make her presence felt. So Bayley says, we've all made it to 2020. Bayley looks like she's broken up with someone. Bayley says, you lot aren't going to follow through with your New Year's resolutions. Let's not lie to anyone. You haven't got what it takes. So Bayley laying into the crowd. Crowd booing back. Some typical heel work to start the show. D says, welcome to 2020. Yes, D, welcome. Hello, Days. How's your evening? Very good, thank you. Yeah, feeling really good. Looking forward to, I think I'm a little distracted because I've got one eye on Wrestle Kingdom that's coming up. Okay, we got still boos raining down for Bayley and Sasha. I want to see Sheamus, Drew face off at the Rumble. That would be great. Here comes Lacey. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, hello. She's not alone. She's got Dana with her, of course. These two are in wrestling attire, so that's probably going to be your first match. So, Sasha and Bayley, the Hogan Boss connection, which I don't think they go by that name anymore. So, Lacey says she's here to set a positive example. Dave's, my Fiend tattoo is healing. It no longer hurts. I like that. Lacey is surprisingly liked. Yeah. She said she's going to show her baby and the entire WWE universe that the bad guys can be stopped. Oh, hello. Hello, Alexa Bliss. I wasn't expecting this. Alexa Bliss's music plays. Here's Alexa and Nikki Cross. I feel like Alexa's like the biggest female star on this show. Hey, vegan, how you doing? Happy New Year, everyone. Bit late, but better late than never. Absolutely. So, is this going to be like a triple threat tag match? There we go. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss on the way down as well. Okay. It's interesting. Banks and Bayley. Banks and Bayley versus Dana and Lacey versus Alexa and Nikki. Boom. Days, this match was announced. I never saw it. See you later. See you later. Hajari. Days, what time is it in the UK? It is 11 minutes past 1 in the UK. So, yeah. Triple threat advertised at the beginning. Days, I am losing interest more and more in WWE shows. I kind of know what you mean. I do understand. They've not been brilliant for December. I thought that Raw was okay. Obviously had that massive talking point. I mean, everyone's been putting their opinions in about that Lana Rusev storyline and Liv Morgan. And, you know, that's been a real talking point. It's been really nice, actually, to have something to talk about. Something that big. Massive, massive moment. I just hope that we get something on SmackDown. I don't think we're going to get anything that big. But I do think it's interesting that The Miz has said he's going to take everything away from The Fiend that he cares about. Really is teasing like there's something pretty epic on the way. And, we know we've got Daniel later in the show. We're bound to get either The Fiend or a Funhouse episode or something. So, there's definitely things going on that could be of interest. But, yeah, let's see. Days, why Shayna tonight? We think that Shayna is on her way to either Raw or SmackDown because she lost the title to Rhea Ripley the other week. So it would kind of suggest that Shayna is leaving NXT because she's kind of achieved everything that she needs to achieve. I mean, she could win the women's title back, but it might make more sense just to move her at this stage. Plus, if Ronda is on the way back, you might want to move the horsewomen onto the main roster, onto Raw and onto SmackDown. But there's nothing to say that she's going to be on SmackDown tonight. There's nothing to say that she's going to SmackDown at all. But is there a chance? Yeah, there's a chance. Thoughts on Undertaker involvement this year? And thanks for the info on the Portsmouth shop. Wowie yowie, no problem. In regards to Undertaker this year, I think that he will be at WrestleMania because he wasn't at WrestleMania last year. So I think there's a chance he'll be at WrestleMania. I think he'll do the Saudi shows. That's about it. I'm not expecting a great deal from him this year. I think that he's under contract, but I think you'll see him. I think you'll see him more on like network shows. He's already done an interview, hasn't he? So it's clear that he's quite happy now stepping away from the Undertaker character. I think he's now starting to think about life after wrestling. So I expect you're going to see him more on the network, doing little interviews or offering his opinions or his thoughts on different superstars. So yeah, I'm expecting to see him used that way. Right, we're starting off. We've got Lacey. She straight away hurls Sasha Banks down. Sasha going over to the ropes. Referee got to break the two apart. So we are underway with this first match of Sasha. I can't even say it. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Lacey and Dana versus Alexa and Nikki. Talk about the match. Match has literally just started. And I can tell you that Lacey is rolling up Nikki Cross. Nice little small package and kick out by Nikki. Nikki into the corner. Dana looking for a tag. She gets the tag. So Dana in, Lacey out. And so now we've got Dana in there with Nikki Cross. And just a 1 count there. Slam. 1 count for Dana. But Nikki Cross fighting back. Dana backed into the corner. Nikki Cross getting all fired up. She's getting all cross. And Dana goes down. In comes Alexa now. So now we've got Alexa and Dana in the ring. Nice. Takedown into a head scissors by Dana. Dana is so much better in the ring now. So much better. She seems like a different person compared to like this time last year. Storm's Magic says, hi, Days. Hello, Storm's Magic. Hope you are well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. We are, wow, where are we? We are 15 minutes in already. We've only got an hour and 45 minutes to go. And then, as we said, a little bit of a break, but then we are back for Wrestle Kingdom. Hi, Days. Is it me or is Bayley's music sound like The Rock's? I could see that comparison. Yeah. Days, who do you think would win? Braun Strowman versus The Fiend versus Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. Not Braun. Not Goldberg. Either The Fiend or Lesnar. I could see it being Lesnar. Double knees. I could see it being Lesnar with The Fiend not involved in the finish. That's a good way to get the title off the Fiend, actually. The Fiend could lose the title in a match like that where he's not actually pinned and he's not submitted, but he still loses the belt. Bayley in the ring with Alexa now. Legato, Blue Summers, High Days, shout out to my boy, Elias. Shout out to Elias. And shout out to Legato, Blue Summers as well. Schwann's one. Because there is a lot of wrestling in America, do you have more of an Americanized sleep schedule? Just curious. Yes, I do. Absolutely. My sleep is horrible, actually. What tends to happen for me is I will... So on a normal day, we will stream SmackDown, and then SmackDown will finish. I'll probably do a video after. I'll probably go to bed around about 7 or 8 in the morning. Then I'll wake up around about 1. So I tend to get like 4 or 5 hours sleep, which isn't a great deal. So yeah, I'll get about 4 or 5 hours sleep. And then what I'll do is I'll wake about 1, check the news, see if there's anything happening, work on a video. Big crossbody to the outside by Nikki Cross. Work on a video, and then I always try, if I can, just to get a little nap before the streams. If I can just get a couple of hours sleep before the streams. We're at commercial break now. Yeah, if I could get a couple of hours before the streams, then I try to do that, because then obviously I'm fresh for the streams. Yeah, so it means I don't tend to get like 8 hours in a row. I'll get like 5 and 2 later in the day, which probably isn't good for you. But yeah, I am 100% on like American time. I'll sleep at like 8 in the morning and wake up about 1. Does anyone have a recommendation for a free stream of Wrestle Kingdom? I'm not aware of one. They are very, very quick at shutting it down. New Japan are going to be all over shutting those streams down, because there's not many shows that people will tune in for when it comes to New Japan. They have several shows throughout the year, but there's not many shows that are like just the one night, if that makes sense. You've got Dominion, which is just like the one night, but like the G1, for example, that's like a whole tournament that takes a month. You've got like the tag tournament as well. So there's not loads of like one night shows, and certainly not on this scale. This is their WrestleMania. So they will be shutting any streams down. Days, what time is Wrestle Kingdom on in the US? No idea. I mean, yeah, if it starts at 8 in the morning here, then I'd say 3 in the morning in America. So it's not going to be on at a great time for you. But in all honesty, like, wrestling's not on at a great time here for us. So I'm sure that America can do it for this one occasion. So I think it might be middle of the night type stuff. Here for business, Jess. Bayley has had that title for so long. When do you think she will lose it? Could Sasha be the one to beat her? Sasha could, yeah. I think that'd be cool. I don't know if they're going to go that way, though, to be honest. I'm not in a rush for Bayley to lose the title. I really do like long championship reigns. So, yeah, I'm not looking for anyone to take the title off Bayley soon. She's already had it for quite a while, but I'd still keep it on her, honestly. What do you think about Jushin Liger retiring? Pretty sad about it. One of the all-time great wrestlers. Just full stop. One of the all-time great wrestlers. Made his debut in the late 80s. I think it was 89 he made his debut. And, yeah, just one of the greats. Had some of the greatest matches of all time. And he is going to have 2 matches this weekend, with his retirement being on the second day. And it's going to be emotional, isn't it? It's going to be... there's not many wrestlers that get to his level. We're back to the action anyway, friends. We got Sasha and Bayley in the corner. Back elbow by Dana. Bayley gets suplexed by Dana. So does Sasha as well. Dana against the ropes. Nice splash. 2. Alexa comes in, breaks it up. Lacey comes in with a shoulder charge. Down goes Alexa. Kick to the midsection by Nikki Cross. Bayley comes in, throws Nikki Cross out of the ring. And Bayley gets thrown. I mean, this is it's an all-right match. The only problem with this match, and if you do watch these streams on a regular basis, you'll know, I say it a lot, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins. That's the only problem with it. You don't have to watch this match. If you didn't watch this now, it doesn't matter. Days, I'm designing WWE Magic the Gathering cards. Very cool. Days, was 2016 the best year of the decade? No, I would say 2014. Days, I want Christian to return at the Rumble. That would be cool. I don't know if he's injured or if there's any problems. I can't see any reason why he couldn't. The Boss and Depressed connection, yes. Yes. Little Miss Gloomy. That's what she should be called instead of Bayley. Firing in some forearm strikes to Dana. Now kicks to the midsection. Dana goes down. Bayley goes out the ring. Double knees by Sasha. We're still underway with this match. This match looks like it's going to take up about a quarter of the show, or nearly a quarter of the way through the show. Shout out to Sloth Sinful. Days, I'm going to miss Wrestle Kingdom. Oh, bud. Bud. Who won this match? No one's won this match. It's still underway, my friend. We've got Dana in there with Bayley at the moment. Bayley with some shoulder charges to Dana. Bayley rolls back. Nice. I wondered what Bayley was doing then. Bayley just... she had Dana in the corner. Bayley rolled back. She did her old... Woo! You remember when she used to do that and then charge forward? The thing was, she did that, but rather than complete it, she turned around and just lamped Lacey Evans, knocked her off the ring apron. It was really good. Nice little moment. I was wondering why she was doing this, because she did that when she was a face. I always thought it was her impersonating the wacky inflatable people. I don't know if she was. I don't know. Dana going up top, looking for a bulldog. No, into a suplex. Nice. Nice. So Dana desperately trying to get over to Lacey. Yo, nasty. Days, do you think Fox are pleased with the current product? Yeah, I think they're probably pleased. I think the ratings are pretty decent. Nice. Down goes Bayley. Lacey, standing moonsault, lands on Bayley. Into the corner goes Lacey. Nice. Takes Bayley down. Lacey pulls out a tissue. Don't know why she's doing that. Knee to the face of Bayley. I hate that. I don't know why she does that. Up goes Lacey. Bang. I see Dana and Lacey winning here. Yeah, I could see that. Right, Lacey up top. Oh, went for a moonsault, but no one home. So moonsault off the... Bayley to belly. Bayley to belly, and Dana makes the save. Alexa came in. Nikki came in. God, this match is good. This is like the never-ending match. Netbreaker. Tripped down by Alexa. Sasha's in. Kick to the face by Banks. Alexa goes down. Nikki against the ropes. Oh, gets caught. Slammed down hard. Nikki Cross slammed down hard by Bayley and Banks. That was a nice little spot. Do you think Keith Lee will get called up? Eventually, yes. I think, honestly, from what I've heard, they want to build NXT up even more. There's a lot of talk that after WrestleMania, there's going to be a big superstar shakeup, and there will be big names that go to NXT. So, when you say get called up, I'm not sure if that's going to be accurate going forward. Is that a swanton? Dana gets the pin on Sasha. So Lacey and Dana get the win. The match has finished. So there we go. Lacey and Dana. Dana desperately wants to get her hand raised by the ref because she's not used to it. She's like trying to drag Lacey over. What's happening with Dana and Batista as well? Has anyone heard any news? Are they still seeing each other? Is that still a thing? Or has it already run its course? It was a senton bomb by Dana. Main event tonight is going to be Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan against King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Good match, but it went long. Funhouse Bray versus The Fiend in a Buried Alive match. Oh, yeah, we've got this story as well, the Otis Mandy Rose story. I love this story. They're showing us what happened last week. Yeah, Dolph put the cake down. So this is last week. Days, imagine Randy Orton on NXT. That would be very cool. Days, could The Miz be referring to Jon Morrison when he said something along the lines of, I'll see what I have to do now? He could be. There's Otis with a keg. Happy New Year. Oh. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Mandy. Well, yes, Dolph Ziggler. Oh, he's upset. Don't be upset. You love Mandy. He says, no, I didn't, but my mama did. Oh, took his ear. Oh, just gave Mandy a bad look there. Mandy has got to make this up to Otis. She has got to make it up to Otis. Poor Otis's mama. Yes, Mama Otis. Hello, Mandy. Mandy broke Otis and Mama's heart, boo. I know. She is the biggest heel, isn't she? The biggest heel in all of WWE. William, morning to you, my friend. R.I.P. Otis's heart. I know. I love those segments. I love that. Do you know, I enjoyed that little backstage segment more than the match that we just watched. Because it feels real. You know that Otis really does care for Mandy. This is a storyline that's been teased and has rumbled along for quite a long time. Like years. Years this storyline has been rumbling along in the background. So it's really cool. It's really, really cool. Your impressions are always spot on. Otis, he is brilliant. Mama Otis is exactly like Otis, just with lipstick and longer hair. I said this about Mama Storm on NWA. Could you imagine if Mama Otis actually had passed away about 20 years ago, and it turns out that of a weekend, Otis puts on like a skirt, puts some makeup on like this and just refers to himself as Mama Otis. And it was actually Otis that baked that cake. And it was Otis that saw what Mandy did with Dolph. And there is no Mama Otis. He is Mama Otis. That'd be amazing. Yep. Will the Fiend? Do you know what? Before I even finish that, I would love to see Otis going for the main title one day in the future. I would love to see him with that championship. He's got such a good look. Such a good gimmick. People love him. People love it. It's too soon right now, but people love him. Will the Fiend ever cut a promo, or is he the one who always attacks? He could cut a promo. I can't see any reason why not. So yeah, one day. I don't think there's a rush. Vape Ross Vape. Days, are you Mama Otis? Yes, I am. Yep. The Real Power Couple, Days and Thunder Rosa. Love Thunder Rosa, one of my favorite wrestlers. And I think I upset her a little bit because I was encouraging people to send pictures of Question Mark and Thunder Rosa, like photoshopped pictures of those two in a relationship. And I don't think she appreciated it. So there's nothing quite like upsetting one of your favorite wrestlers. Royal Rumble, 26th of January. Not that far, you know, just over 20 odd days away. 20 odd days till the Rumble. Can't wait. Right, we're going back from commercial break. I think we're getting another advert, actually, for the Rumble again. Why is every SmackDown the same? People, just different match types? Yeah, I suppose they've got a formula that they like to stick to. Mandy is going to buy Otis some ham. Well, in fairness, she already did, didn't she? She did already buy him some ham. And he thanked her with the cake. Happy New Year, says SmackDown. We're in Memphis. Showing us Graceland. That's cool. Jerry Lawler getting a mention as well. Backstage with The Miz. And there's the New Day with some pancakes in the shape of 2020. Miz says he's not in the mood. Big E says he watched the balls drop. And Kofi was like, there's only one ball? What was you watching? No one say Lars Sullivan. You got to marry the woman of your dreams. You got to have some beautiful children. Miz had the most titles in the 2010s. Oh, so apparently Miz and Kofi joint held the most titles in the 2010s. Pound it. Pound it. Miz is like, you think this is about titles? Oh, he's getting upset at Kofi. Oh, he's knocked the pancakes down on the floor. Oh, Big E stepping up to Miz. Kofi versus Miz. Kofi versus Miz? Down for that. Kofi versus The Miz. Elias. Hello, I am Elias. Some guitar CGI. That's nice. Heel turn. Don't know. Could be. I mean, he has faced Fun House Bray, hasn't he? And we did say that it would be good if he did turn heel. But at the moment, it's just frustration. At the moment. I'm trying to see if Elias... I think Elias is in wrestling attire. So he is running down some of the superstars on the roster. I hope Morrison interrupts. I did wonder this, but I don't know if he will because I think Elias is taking the mick out of the heels. That's cool. I think he referred to King Corbin as an STD, and he pointed at someone in the crowd and went, "That guy knows. That guy knows." Must have been Lars. No Lars jokes. Resting Days, just watch. Otis will become so obsessed with Mandy, he's going to abduct her. Oh, I hope not. WWE stands for World Wrestling Entertainment. Corey says, I think Elias was pointing at you, Michael Cole. So, no one interrupted Elias? Yes. The Miz heel turn. Heel superstars are cool. Miz is better as a heel. I agree. We're just seeing from a couple of weeks ago that Miracle on 34th Street Fight, which actually wasn't too bad. I actually thought it was quite fun. Quite a fun little match. Had Lego in it. We got the Revival backstage. How long have we got? An hour and 20 to go. So they're going to make it Lars Wrestling action figure. There is a Lars figure on the way, yes. Kevin Owens will eliminate Austin, and then a feud will start. It's actually such a breath to not see Shane. Yeah, it is good not having Shane on the show. Hello, someone's here. Shorty G. Shorty G in wrestling attire. Love it if Jason Jordan came back. Could you imagine if we got American Alpha again? Love American Alpha. They're going to beat up Shorty G here, aren't they? Did Mommy and Daddy let you stay up real late? I read that Braun Strowman and Nikki Cross will be in a love segment. Okay. Am I the only one that appreciated Shane on the show? Yes, Vegan. Yes, you are literally the only one. Oh no, a singles match. Jesse Callan, booyah! High Days finally got the super chat to work. Wow, it was worth it, Jesse, just for that booyah. I think I speak on behalf of the community when I say that was a moment right there. Booyah! I gotta be honest, I'm not a massive fan of all these singles matches from tag teams. We've got Shorty G on his way out, and it looks like he's going to face either Dash or Dawson. Why didn't they just get Shorty G a tag partner and they do a tag match? Former Olympic athlete. The graphic said Shorty Gable, you know? The graphic at the side said Shorty Gable. The graphic behind says Shorty G. So, why can't they just call him Chad Gable again? La 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 la. What a waste of Liv Morgan. Do you think Tanahashi is going to beat Jericho? I'm going to say yes. Days, I've still got to order Wrestle Kingdom. I will be joining your chat. It starts at 2 a.m. tonight. Does it? Does it start at 2 a.m.? No reaction at all. I think Ospreay is going to have match of the night. Yeah, he absolutely could. I'm cheering on for Naito. I really want Naito to win everything, but we can cover that in the Wrestle Kingdom stream. Imagine if Jason Jordan returned. It would be amazing. It would be amazing if we could get American Alpha back together again. They legit were one of the best tag teams in recent years. Seeing American Alpha take on the likes of Revival, seeing American Alpha against Viking Raiders, Undisputed Era, New Day. I mean, it's just endless. It's endless. I'd love to get them back. Shout out to Landon Maggard. Hope you are well. Daisy, you ready for the Revival to leave WWE and go to either AEW or NWA? I don't mind if they do. Doesn't bother me. I watch both those other shows anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me where they go. Days, I can now watch NXT since it's been moved to an actual channel. And now we can watch it in the Caribbean. Oh, amazing. Very, very cool. Well, see you Wednesday then. See you on Wednesday for our NXT AEW stream. I want to see Omega versus Okada 4. Yes, that would be great. I'm not in a rush to see that, in all honesty. I would like to see it again, but we've seen it 3 times. I don't mind seeing other matches. You've got a Flex Seal ad. Oh, enjoy it, Chalmers. Enjoy it. Jonathan says, did Shorty G really wrestle at the Olympics? Yes. Yes. Jonathan Will Birding. He did. He wrestled, I think, at the 2012 Olympics. I don't believe he won any medals, but he did compete. And this is what I'm saying. He's like a real Olympic athlete that can really wrestle. He's a fantastic wrestler, one of the best wrestlers they've got. And they give him this awful, awful, awful Shorty G gimmick. It is absolute trash. I think I read somewhere it was The Miz that came up with that name, you know. Little advert, of course, because we've got Brock Lesnar on Raw on Monday. So not only have we got SmackDown tonight, Wrestle Kingdom tomorrow, Wrestle Kingdom on Sunday, but we've got Raw on Monday as well. Are Mummy and Daddy Lars and Diamond? Don't know what that means. New name of Jason Jordan is Jason Burton. Sasha ruined Paige's career on purpose. I'm not sure that's true. It's Dash. So it is Shorty G versus Dash Wilder. There we go. Shorty G versus Dash Wilder. My criticism of SmackDown would be there's too many matches that just, again, sorry, don't matter. That first match, what does it matter? What did it matter? What happened? Nothing happened. Lacey and Dana won a match. And now we've got Shorty G against Dash Wilder again. What does it matter who wins? I'm expecting Shorty G to win, but what will it matter? Even our main event, what does it matter? These shows have got to have more purpose. They've got to have more purpose. The only reason to watch them really is if you just fancy watching some wrestling, but there's so much wrestling out there. I don't know why you would go out of your way to watch wrestling that you don't need to watch. It's worth watching this show for the storyline development. Jessica Carr there, the referee, was quite funny. I don't think she meant to do this, but she counted 1, and then for some reason she kind of moved forward a bit, counted 2, and then when she moved forward and she was about to count the 3, she like moved around as she was counting. 1, 2. Oh. We've got Dawson on commentary. I agree with that criticism. Well, it's constructive criticism, isn't it? I hope that it's a very quick and simple change. I think the main event should be something that's important. The main event should have a stipulation. Shorty G to the outside. The Otis Mandy storyline is going to end with Mandy low blowing Otis. Oh no. You could be right. Dunno, you could be right. Mandy low blows Otis and joins forces with Dolph Ziggler. That would be alright, actually. I could see Dolph and Mandy together as a power couple. I think that would really work. I don't know what it would mean for Sonya Deville. Lars should return and be called Shorty D. Fun House tonight. Fiend appearance. Or both. Don't know, but I mean, there's been nothing advertised. Little roll through by Gable, who's looking for the ankle lock. Oh, he's making him tap. Look at that, middle of the ring. Straight away. He didn't... Kind of felt like he could have got to the ropes. Kind of felt like Dash was close enough to get to the ropes. But he taps. Well, here we go. Look, he's being attacked right now. So, here we go. Look, revival. Is it Sheamus? Sheamus has returned. Sheamus music has hit. Looks like he's coming down to save Shorty G. There he is. Sheamus is here. Fella! Oh, he looks cool, man. He says SmackDown has gone soft. He's come down. He's got the big Celtic necklace, the big cross. He's coming down to help Shorty. So is this going to be a new tag team? Are we going to have... Oh, no! Bro kick to Shorty G! Oh, poor Shorty G. There we go, out of nowhere. Bro kick to Shorty G. And Sheamus stands out. Man, that was insane. And he's just standing and staring at Shorty G, who is out cold. So there was me wondering if they were going to be a tag team. Looks more likely like this is going to be a feud. Or maybe it's just a one-off thing. Perhaps Sheamus is going to come out and attack different people. But certainly seems like he's returned as a heel. Look at this brogue. It's good brogue as well. Bang! Turns Shorty G inside out. Great little moment. Fella! Up next, Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. Could we get The Fiend? No more Mohawk. Yeah, you're right. No more Mohawk. Right, we're at commercial break. What heel turn has been heel? Well, it looked as though he was coming down to save Shorty G. The way the music hit and the way that Revival were like, no, we don't want any problems. The way that he chased the Revival off, it was as if he was coming down to save Shorty G. Plus, kind of got the impression from his promos that he was coming back and he meant business, and just kind of, I don't know, I kind of got like he was returning as a face. I got the vibe that he was coming back as a face. He was coming to, you know, deal with how stale things had gotten. So I wasn't expecting him to turn on Shorty G. He was face for 5 seconds, yes. For all of 5 seconds. Days, could the Fiend attack Kofi because Mercy was behind Kofi once? No. I don't particularly buy into the puppets being behind superstars, that being a thing. I mean, he could, but there was puppets behind Carmella and Mandy Rose, and I'm not sure the Fiend's going to go after them. There was puppets behind Ricochet and he's over on Raw, so I don't think, I wouldn't read anything into it. Days, did The Miz turn heel? No, not yet. He could. It wouldn't surprise me if he did. I think a heel Miz is the best version of The Miz, but no, at the moment he's just very, very frustrated. Best wrestler of the year is MJF. What are you watching it on? I'm watching it on BT Sport. Hopefully he kicked him so hard he becomes Chad Gable again. Yes! James Hunt! Yes! I'd love for him to wake up and go, who's Shorty G? What is oh. Yeah, and he goes back to being Chad. Amazing. There's have a feeling that John Morrison is going to return. He could, yep. Everyone chant, we want Morrison. Sorry, Days, I've got to go. My girlfriend and I are traveling to her grandmother's in Spain. No worries, Dylan. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. And have a lot of fun. Have fun. We're just at commercial break, if anyone was wondering. When we get back, we've got Miz versus Kofi. We are almost an hour through the show. We're almost at the halfway point, so I will get your thoughts soon. But yeah, we're not quite there yet. Days, I wish that green shirt guy would attack Revival. That'd be awesome. And then the long-haired guy could be his partner. Smackdown is trending. Ooh, I wonder why. Why is it trending? Nothing's happened. I don't think there's any football, though, is there? So I don't know if there's football on a Friday normally, but a lot of people were saying there's no football on at the moment, so it kind of means that WWE are getting a little bit more exposure. Right. Kofi on his way. Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. And feel the power. It's a new day. Green screen man. Who's green screen man? Maybe Sheamus could get Shorty G into a time machine that he's obviously stepped out of. It is true, actually. Sheamus looks exactly like he did around about 2015, something like that. Maybe 2013, 2014. 1999's Kane versus The Fiend. Who do you think would win? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Difficult, innit? Difficult. I think Kane might win that, actually. I think Kane might win. But I love the Fiend, but he does need to pick up some wins and get some momentum going. He does a lot of sneak attacks, actual winning of matches. He hasn't got that many wins under his belt. If you think that, like, Bray Wyatt returned with the Fun House, like, was it April? End of April? He's probably only had about, 4 matches since the end of April? Mental, isn't it? How he's been booked has been absolutely crazy. So, yeah, he probably needs to get some wins under his belt. Show what he can do. I'm looking for I really want an amazing Fiend match. I'm not sure that we've had one. Miz on his way down, Kofi in the ring. Shorty Gable sounds better than Shorty G. It does. I still don't like it, but it does. We're only an hour in. I think the Fiend would win because of Hell in a Cell. What do you mean? Days at WrestleMania 37, I want to see Vince and Steph versus Charlotte and Ric Flair versus Ronda and Jean LaBelle. That would be funny. Lots of dark matches if you count them. Nah, I wasn't counting dark matches. You've got to go out of your way to find those, haven't you? I'm talking about what you actually see on TV. Kip up by Kofi. We're underway with this slightly unusual match. Basically, The Miz is very frustrated. Frustrated that he wasn't able to win last week and get his opportunity at The Fiend. So he ran into Kofi backstage. There's something in the ring as well. Some kind of headband or necklace or something. Why is this match happening? Hello, Monica King. Hope you're well. It's happening because Miz is frustrated. Miz is frustrated that he can't get at The Fiend. So there was a little backstage altercation between Kofi and The Miz. And so it's led to this match. Kofi sticks his hand out to shake hands with The Miz. Miz slaps it away. I've got no idea why the ref hasn't got rid of that necklace that's just lying in the ring. It's like right in the middle of the ring. Just needs to kick it away. Oh, back elbow by Kofi. Through the ropes goes Kofi. Right, kick the necklace away. There we go. Good boy. He's picked it up, popped it in his pocket. The ref has stolen the necklace. Oh, Kofi doing a bit of Tyler Bate there, bouncing off the top rope. Miz to the outside. There's a big smile on the face of Kofi. I don't know why he's trying to wind him up. Can you say hello to me and my hometown of Hammond, Indiana? There we go. Shout out to the Carmen Live 2. Shout out to Hammond, Indiana. Kick to the midsection by The Miz. Miz stomping away. Nice elbows coming in. Miz backing up. Duck underneath by Kofi. Looking for trouble in paradise. Doesn't connect. I think The Miz was going for a figure 4, but couldn't get it on. Kicks to the midsection by The Miz. And again. Fiend versus Sting. Who do you think would win that match? It's really hard to say. It depends the story and the booking, and I could see all of these are so marginal. It really would depend on what was happening at the time. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, right now I'd say The Fiend. I feel like back in the day, WCW in the 90s, then it would probably be Sting. Drop the leg by Kofi. Days, where are you from? I am from England in the UK. Just outside of Birmingham. Kofi is trying to get the crowd on his side, looking for trouble in paradise. Again, no one home. Miz with a net breaker. Looking for SOS. Can't get it. These two are reversing each other very, very well. Some lovely... I was just about to say some lovely reversals, some lovely wrestling, and then the match ends. Kofi wins. Yeah, and Miz is getting real frustrated here. Miz attacking Kofi. Miz attacking Kofi. And Big E chasing him away. I think this is the start of a heel turn. Eric, shout out to you, buddy. Fiend versus Bruiser Brody. Brody's winning that. You suck, chant. After everything. After everything. Everything I've been through. Crowd chanting, you suck to The Miz. The Miz getting very upset. Heel turn, baby! There we go. Miz turns heel. Another victim of Bray Wyatt. Daniel Bryan is here with Kathy Kelly. Oh, and Roman's here as well. Hello. Days, I want New Day on Raw. Eric just found Strong, Murphy, Monsoon at Walmart. Amazing. That's a great day. That's not a new day. That's a great day. He says the only person that hasn't faced the Fiend and got mentally broken is me. The good old DB. He called himself the DB. So, there we go. So, Daniel Bryan says he's going to win the Universal title at Royal Rumble. And Roman says, perfect, because I'm entering the Rumble. No one took that Universal Championship away from me. You trying to fire me up? Roman versus Daniel Bryan would be fire, wouldn't it? Are they planting seeds for it, do you think? Do you think Daniel might beat the Fiend? Do you think Roman might win the Rumble? Heavy machinery on the way. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Heavy machinery. It's just tag team night, innit? It's just either tag teams or people that are in tag teams. What's happened to the singles division? Mandy's going to get involved. Roman's already got 3 main events in a row. Roman's going to win the Rumble. What if the Fiend changes Daniel again and brings back the no movement? Daniel Bryan started and ending the decade looking exactly the same. He did, didn't he? Yeah. Right, we're going over to commercial break now. So that means that we can get our scores in. What do you score SmackDown so far? What is your score for SmackDown so far? I'm thinking a 6-5, something like this, maybe a 6. The matches we've had so far, I've not been bothered by. The Sheamus return I thought was good. Miz heel turn was good. So it's not been a pointless show. I like the little backstage moment with Mandy and Otis. I thought that was good as well. So I'm thinking about 6. Days, how do you manage to get your stream almost no delay? I mean, I don't. There is a delay. There's definitely a delay. 6 says Matt. Luco wrestles says 9. Jake says 7. Travante says 6. 6.70. 1 out of 1 says Randy. 4.1. 6.53. 5.6. 8. 6. 5. 9. 9. 1. 6 or a 7, 5.99, 7, 6.59, 4, 6.56, 4.25. It's kind of all over the place, isn't it? It's kind of a little bit all over the place, but I feel like a 6 is fair. I mean, we're not getting many or any 10s, hardly any 9s. Equally, we're not getting many 1s and 2s. So I feel like a 6 is all right. Someone find Tucky a girlfriend. I hear Alexa Bliss is single. There's only about an 8-second delay. That's, I don't know. There wouldn't even be that if YouTube didn't put it on. What happened to the Wheel of Fun? I thought everyone loved the Wheel of Fun. At least you said that in the theme. Miz as a heel works better. I agree. I am finding New Japan better than WWE. Otis, bless you, thank you. Otis looks like Ollie and Arn merged into one person. I love that. 6 is a little generous. I'd say I'm plumb middle at 5. I've counted 12 turns in the past 4 or 5 months. Seems like a lot in such a short space of time. Yeah, I suppose it is, but part of the Fiend's kind of gimmick is that he turns people. So, yeah, I expected a misturn. Morrison could show up at the end of the show. He might. Bliss is mine. Right, we're about to go back. We've got... Man, I can't believe how fast it goes, honestly. As I said, I am a little distracted this week, because I am thinking about New Japan, and I am thinking about Wrestle Kingdom, and I'm trying to think, right, what time do we need to start? And I need to make the thumbnail for that and get all that sorted. So I am a little bit distracted by that this week. But even so, I can't believe how quick the time goes. We have been streaming for 2 hours, 10 minutes. 2 hours, 10 minutes we've been streaming. It honestly feels like it's been about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes. There's a little promo here for Becky and Asuka. Johnny Impact will be at Raw. Believe that. Days, I'm sure Wrestle Kingdom is going to be amazing. I'm going to save my money for hard times. That's fair enough. Otis is gross. No. He's not fat. He's thick. Full of muscle. And fat. Right, we're backstage. Kathy Kelly wants to have a word. Hello, Jon Morrison. Jon Morrison backstage with The Miz. Jon Morrison says The Miz doesn't have anything left to say tonight. Not how I would have brought Jon Morrison back, personally. Kind of feel like that could have been done in a bit more of an exciting way. But there we go. We've seen Jon Morrison. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's on SmackDown. Just means that he's backstage at SmackDown, which we already knew. Jimmy Crane, 1986. Thank you very much for the support, my friend. Heavy Machinery are going to be facing Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak. Oh, hello. He's got a little microphone. What's he going to say? Hello, Drew. Is this going to be a singles match? Is this going to be Otis? Oh, it is, isn't it? It's Otis versus Drew Gulak. There's no way Mandy Rose is ever going to date you. His facial expressions are so good. I love Otis's facial expressions. I love him. We've got a PowerPoint presentation! Yay! PowerPoint! PowerPoint! Drew Gulak presents reasons why Mandy Rose would never date Otis! Yay! Oh, we're not even going to see it. Look, Otis hurls Drew into the ring. Oh, man, and he is just going to wallop him around the ring now. Shayna's going to go to Raw. Do you think Banks is injured from the botched finisher? All the weight landed on her chest? I don't think so. I mean, I didn't notice anything at the time. So, unless there's rumours circulating. But I can't say I noticed. Nice vertical suplex by Otis. And there we go, look, picking up Drew. Parading him around the ring. He's got Gulak up high. He's just walking around with him. Slams him down. Oh, yeah! Oh, Dolph's here again. Look, Dolph with Mandy. Drop kick to the knee of Otis. Mandy Rose will never date you. They're really making this a big storyline, aren't they? Otis is getting fired up now. Here we go. The t-shirt comes off. Kicks to the midsection. Picks up, slams Drew Gulak. And again, he has got crazy power, hasn't he? Yeah, into the corner. Gulak goes down. I think Otis is going to give them the caterpillar. Crowd are getting fired up. Here we go. Bang, there it is. Oh, yeah. Lovely stuff. Why does Miz have his own locker room? Because he's an A-list celebrity. Nice. Bang. Oh, my God. Could you imagine all that weight? Big splash off the top. Otis gets the victory. Days, if you could be a WWE finishing move, what would you be? What do you mean, if I could be a finishing move? I don't even understand what that means. Jesse Callan says, I hit like on the chat and y'all should too. I don't want to. Thank you, but I don't want to. No, yeah, it really does help. If anyone's watching as well and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe. Of course, we are back for Wrestle Kingdom very, very, very soon. This weekend. We're back on Monday for Raw. Oh, hello. We got Braun as well backstage. Braun versus Cesaro is after the break. Braun versus Cesaro. Otis versus Tino Sabatelli. Winner gets Mandy. I knew it. Otis wins. Tag team in singles and singles in tag teams. It's a strange SmackDown. Yes. Braun versus Cesaro next. Yes. Isn't it a shame what they did with Jon Morrison? Don't you think that's disappointing? Like, literally no one's talking about it. We've just seen Jon Morrison. It should have been a massive moment. It should have felt like a really big deal. We should all be buzzing about it, but no one's talking about it. It's like the worst way to use him. The worst way. It's a little backstage thing. I don't get it. Unless they're just going to keep teasing him at different shows so you don't know where he's going to go. You know, perhaps we see him on Monday on Raw. Wednesday at NXT. That would be awesome. Dave's, what's your favourite takeaway? I don't know. I don't really have one favourite. I like pizza. I like India. I like loads of different things. I don't know if I've got a favourite. Dave's, Christian for WWE Hall of Fame and Cesaro for WWE Champ. I heard Braun eats people. Fun fact, Drew Gulak's brother, Rory Gulak, did a training seminar at a wrestling show in Belfast, which I'll be starting pro wrestling in 1 year, 1 month, 5 days. Good luck to you, buddy. They're going to bury Morrison like they did Liv Morgan. What? He's going to be a lesbian? Jon Morrison's a lesbian? That'd be amazing. If it turns out Jon Morrison's a lesbian, I am so going to be into that storyline. Jon Morrison needs to stay on SmackDown. Morrison can put on a show when booked right, but has quite a few botches with his riskier moves. That's really good information from Willie G. We're just at commercial break, if anyone was wondering. Just over 40 minutes to go, so we are getting ever closer. Miz and Morrison, heel tag team. Green shirt guy is a traitor. He is a traitor. Should be going back to SmackDown in a second. Is 205 Live ending? I heard it was moving to Full Sail, so I'm not sure if it was ending. But it is moving. Right, we're about to go back to the action. Match Flow is brought to you by Progressive. Days, do you remember? Yes, hello WWE Fan 14. So, is SmackDown the brand that Jon Morrison chooses? We don't know. We just saw him backstage. I mean, the fact he's been shown would suggest he's probably going to be on SmackDown, but I really wouldn't take that as gospel. SmackDown isn't even trying. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It is weird. Mike was Morrison's last match in WWE. Maybe this is going to lead to Jon getting his revenge. I don't know, mate. That's, 8 years ago or so? Right, Braun on his way. There's a little strip of... Oh, there we go. They fixed it. Like a strip of grey blocking the bottom of the screen. Right, Braun versus Cesaro. Another match that doesn't mean anything. Braun Strowman, 6'8". Morrison has improved a lot. Days, 4 hours sleep, then join in the stream for Wrestle Kingdom. Let's go, my friend. Can't wait. Yes. Same. To be honest, I'm probably not even going to do any reaction videos after SmackDown. There's a couple of things that we could have, I could do some videos on. We could talk about Morrison and what the future might hold, but to be honest, I don't think, just because we've seen him, I don't think that means he's going to stay on SmackDown. I think it's likely that he will. I think it's likely that he's going to be doing something with The Miz going forward. But I don't think it's guaranteed. Also, Sheamus has returned as well. You know, probably do some talking about that. And obviously, we don't even know what's going to happen later with the Fiend or Fun House Bray and the main event. I mean, we've got less than 40 minutes to go. We've got like 39 minutes left. So I'm imagining that we'll get Funhouse Bray or The Fiend at some point. Honestly, as soon as it finishes, I think I'm pretty much just going to go to bed, try and get a couple of hours before Wrestle Kingdom starts. We got Cesaro on his way down, accompanied by Nakamura and by Sami Zayn. Yeah, the CGI stuff is really good for Cesaro, isn't it? This should be a great match, but I am expecting Braun to win. Cesaro new attire. Yeah, it's all black. It's nothing that exciting. Black trunks. It's got Cesaro written on the front in white. Black knee pads, black boots. Right, Braun. I don't think he's going to take too long in this match. Should have too much for Cesaro. Would you... good night, Aiden. Thank you for joining us. Who won for the women? It was Alexa and... no, it wasn't. I'm lying to you. It was Dana and Lacey. The bar is no longer the bar. No. How is Green Shirt Guy a traitor? Because he keeps appearing at AEW shows as well as WWE ones. Who won for the women? Just answered that. I would love to see an upset. Yeah, that would be cool, actually. The only problem is, if there is an upset, you think it's going to be because of outside interference. I can't see Cesaro winning this clean, which is a real shame. I wish heels would win matches clean. I don't know why there's always got to be outside interference. Big throw by Braun. Cesaro kick to the midsection of Braun. Braun looks taller than LeBron, but actually he's not. Sammy is dressed like Fidel Castro. He is. He is. I can definitely see that. He's got like this like camo green baseball cap on and same coloured jacket. Black t-shirt. He has got a Cuban vibe, yes. Cesaro to the outside, goes into the barricade. Sami and Nakamura distracting a little. And I think we're going to another commercial break. We are. Wow, there we go. Days in fairness, Jon Morrison is a lesbian. He likes women. There we go. Days doesn't need sleep with a nose like that. Okay. Thank you for answering, no worries. Vicky Guerrero is on AEW. Excuse me if I spelled that wrong. Ryback to Impact or AEW? I don't know. I don't think Ryback's that great, to be honest. I don't think he's that great of a promo. I think he's got a good look. Don't think his matches were ever that great either. You didn't tend to see that many great Ryback matches, so I don't know. I think AEW might be interested, but he probably should go to Impact. I think he'll have a bigger impact in Impact. Cesaro in Imperium. I don't know. To be honest, I don't think factions need more than 4. I think 4 should be the absolute limit. So I don't think anyone else needs to join Imperium. Just like I don't think anyone else needs to join Undisputed Era. What happened to the Wheel of Fun? It's had to get put on hold because of the changes to YouTube. You do realise they don't write their own promos. I do realise that, yes, thank you. But equally, the way that he delivers the promos are as bland as white paint. There could still be some enthusiasm put behind it. Plus also, it's quite interesting. I've been listening to Jim Ross a lot on his podcast, and he's been saying you'd be amazed at how little some superstars actually provide input into their own characters. There's some superstars, and I don't know if Ryback was one, so I can't comment. But apparently there's some superstars that just turn up. Just turn up, there's the script, go out, do it, go home, see the family, come in. It's just a job, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm sure they're passionate about wrestling and whatever, but they turn up and they just do it and whatever, and they don't actually give any ideas for their own characters. So maybe Ryback could have been guilty of that. I don't know. But his promos are always so bland. There was never like much passion to them, or I hated the feed me more thing as well. I thought that was really cringe. I wasn't a fan of that gimmick. Daisy, are you expecting any more returns? Not really. Might see the Fiend. Might see Funhouse Bray at some point. Days, Happy New Year. I hope you are well. Yeah, shout out to you, Matt Handy. Hope you were well as well. What changes to YouTube? There's big changes to YouTube. You have to now say if videos are made for kids or not. And if they are made for kids, then you have to say so. That means that you can't run adverts on them. They're not recommended. People won't be notified of the video when you upload it as well. It's big changes that have come into YouTube. Drop kick to the knee by Cesaro. Braun Strowman taken over to the ropes. He's getting choked out by that middle rope. Nakamura with an enziguri as well. So I thought we would see this. Braun's having to deal not only with Cesaro, but he's got Sammy on the outside and Shinsuke on the outside. Both distracting and getting involved. So Braun will actually do well to get the win here. Cesaro up top. Comes crashing down, gets caught, gets picked up into a sleeper. Is that a choke? Looks like a rear naked choke. Rear naked choke. That is a rear naked choke under the chin as well. It is a choke. It absolutely is a choke. The official is there to make sure it doesn't turn into a choke. It is a choke. It's a rear naked choke. Slam by Strowman, gets out of it anyway. Shoulder charge by Strowman, and again. Into the corner, big splash. Cesaro down to one knee. Nakamura getting up on the... big left hand. Uppercut. This is building towards Strowman against Nakamura, isn't it? That's the story. Shoulder charge, down goes Cesaro. How long have we got? Halfway point, half an hour to go. Mine is ahead of yours. Days, will you see the Sonic film? Maybe. Although, not at the cinema. I'd like to see it. But I won't be going to the cinema. AJ Parker, shout out to you, my friend. Dude, you didn't need to be dropping a super chat like that. Days, Happy New Year and happy first episode of SmackDown in 2020. Let's say it together. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. Shout out to you, AJ Parker. Dude, thank you so much. You didn't need to drop a donation like that. Really appreciate the support though, bud. Strowman into the ring post. Cesaro, kick to the midsection. He's looking for the neutralizer. No, reversed by Strowman. Strowman slams Cesaro down, goes for the cover. Strowman wins. So, massive shout out to AJ Parker. Shout out to Jesse Callin, Jonathan Wilberding, Jimmy Crane, 1986. Eric Dirigi as well. Shout out to everyone that's in the list of legends. Kinshasa to Braun as well from Shinsuke. And the heels run away. Booze raining down for Shinsuke and Sammy and Cesaro, but Braun Strowman gets the win. Days, who do you think is the exalted one for the Dark Order? I think it's going to be Brody Lee. Yeah, I think you're probably looking at some new talent that's being brought in. I don't think it'll turn out to be anyone that's already on the roster. Is it main event time? Yeah, I think it is. We are getting closer to the main event. They're just showing us what happened last week. Hi, Wrestling Days. Who do you think will win the Rumble? Shout out to Lucas Short. I think I'd love CM Punk, but I think it could be Kevin Owens. I think Roman has got a really good chance following his comments tonight. Roman has announced he's going to be in the Rumble. So, Roman, Kevin Owens, I'd love it to be CM Punk. In regards to the women, I think it's Ronda. I think it's Ronda for the women. John Morrison versus Adam Cole, baby. That would be awesome. The Hardcore Gamer HD, shout out to you, my friend. And it is main event time. Starting early, innit? Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan versus King Corbin. Here we go. Would you like to see Walter versus Brock Lesnar? Yes. Ah, Darian, that would be amazing. Walter versus Brock Lesnar. That would be very, very cool. Need to keep building Walter up, though. I think he will win. I think Daniel will win the Rumble. I don't think Daniel's in the Rumble. Won the ESPY Award for Best Moment. He is 4-time world champion. There we go. Just punching fists with a little kid. Not hard. That'd be cruel. Hey kid, how's it going? Roman. Dun, 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 dun. So, Roman getting into the ring. Main event starting suspiciously early. Yes. What time is Wrestle Kingdom? I think it's 8. I think it starts at 8. I'm going to have to double check that. In fact, we are going to a commercial break, so I can double check it now. Let's have a look and see. Wrestle Kingdom. This is the weekend for wrestling fans. Wrestle Kingdom. All the information you need to know. Good. Wrestle Kingdom starts 3 a.m. Eastern Time. The pre-show starts at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. the pre-show starts. Might skip the pre-show. Might skip the pre-show. And I might just start from the main show. So if it's 3 a.m. Eastern, that is 8 a.m. here in the UK. So I think I'll probably start around that time. If I start at 8 a.m., that'll give me a couple of hours sleep. And I don't think there's anything that special on the pre-show anyway. There might be a couple of matches. It's probably going to be like a WWE pre-show where there's like a couple of matches and then just a lot of hype for the main show. So yes, starts 3 a.m. Eastern. And it's $50 on Fight TV, but you do get both shows, and you get the third show as well. There's a third show, which is New Year's Dash. It's kind of like their Raw after WrestleMania. So you get both days, and you get their Raw after WrestleMania type show as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. Days, will you stream Worlds Collide? Yes. Days, do you say big facts in the UK? Yeah, suppose. In the sense of what? I'm trying to think of a sentence that you would use it in. Big facts. I don't know. I can't say I've heard it, but I could see it being used. Patiently waiting on Days to turn heel. Oh, I've no plans to turn heel, but no plans. Unless the Fiend gets me. What if the Fiend gets me and then I turn heel? That'd be amazing. Actually, that wouldn't be amazing. Why would that be amazing? That's the furthest thing away from amazing. Right, we're going back to the show. Days should go on Storyfire. I don't know what that is. Days, you know how Brock sometimes loses it with wrestlers and busts their foreheads open? I'd like to see him try that with Walter or Tyson Fury or The Fiend. Well, he wouldn't try it with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury would knock him out. Tyson Fury would knock out Brock Lesnar. In a boxing fight. In a wrestling ring. I don't know. What would happen? Okay, we're back from the commercial break. Next week, we've got Lacey Evans versus Sasha Banks. I get nightmares from The Fiend. Love your videos, Days. Big facts. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that we don't use it. I've got a crush on The Fiend. Sonny Wolf has got a crush on The Fiend. That would mean that you would live in the Funhouse. The Funhouse would be your home. Daniel Bryan on his way down. I'm heel. No shout out. Bye forever. Bye, baby girl. Brock did UFC, but he would still get knocked out. By Tyson Fury, one of the top 3 heavyweight boxers in the world right now. Yeah. Yeah. If he was to get hit with Tyson Fury, I'm not saying one punch, but I'm saying that if they were to have a fight, he would end up getting knocked out by Tyson Fury. I'm not even ashamed at saying that. Tyson Fury is one of the top 3 heavyweight boxers right now. That makes him one of the top 3 best strikers in the world. Like, certainly from a heavyweight point of view. Like, in the UFC, they do have people that are very good strikers. But I don't know how they would compare to actual boxers. Dolph has come out. So just waiting for Boring Corbin. You know that Boring Corbin's going to be carried down to the ring. Storyfire is a streaming app. Well, I'm quite happy on YouTube. Day's dream match, Tyler Bate versus Roman Reigns. Fury can't punch. He didn't KO Wallin. I think Fury can punch. Where's Humberto? Oh, I haven't seen him in a little while. Well, I say I haven't seen him in a little while. I don't think we saw him on Monday. King Corbin on the way down. Lesnar would have to jump to be able to reach Fury. Tyson's massive compared to Brock. I think Tyson's about the same size as Braun, isn't he? And I think Braun's just a bit taller. So I'm not sure the distance is, or the difference is that great, to be honest. I think he would be taller, though, definitely. Do you think Liv will be champ? One day. One day. Shout out to Melvin. Fury is one of the best heavyweight boxers. I've got a crush on you, Days. Well, that's nice. It's nice that someone does. Days, has WWE gone to BT now over here? Yes. Yes, it's on BT right now. Corbin, perhaps we've had to start so early because the entrances take so long. I swear, the entrances have taken 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get Roman, Daniel, Dolph, and King Corbin into the ring. But finally we're underway. We've got 18 minutes to go left in the show. Oh, Jessica Carr getting in the face of Corbin. I've got a crush on Drew McIntyre. Not me, Monica King. He's cool. Drew's cool. BT is well better. It is well better. Tyson is 6'10", same as The Undertaker. Is he? I thought he was about the same as Braun, and Braun's 6'8". I don't know what Brock is, actually. Definitely 6 summer. No Sheamus promo. He came out. We saw him. He came down. We actually saw Sheamus, let alone a promo. We've had a couple of moments tonight. I'm still at a 6, to be honest. I mean, the show's not been a disaster. There's been some talking points. We might get another talking point, what with the Fiend, if he makes an appearance, or Fun House or something. Have you ever been to Scotland? I've been to Scotland, yeah. I've been to Edinburgh, I've been to Glasgow. I like Scotland. Days, is Balor going to be at Mania? Apparently, they do want to put a few NXT matches on at Mania, so I'd be surprised if Balor wasn't. Oh, hello. There's laughing. We've got laughing. The lights are flickering. Oh, commercial break. I think the Fiend is just letting them know that he is there. So the Fiend was laughing. The lights were flickering. Daniel was looking around, trying to see if he could see the Fiend. No sign of the Fiend. And then we go to commercial break. I think when we go back, the match will just be continuing. I think that was just the Fiend's way of letting them know, I'm here. I'm watching. Brock is 6'4". Oh. Brock is 6'3". Oh my god, Brock's getting smaller. He was 6'4", now he's 6'3". In a minute, he'll be 6'2". Have you been to Dundee? I haven't been to Dundee. Days, what are you drinking? Literally nothing. Let me in. Okay. Go, pack, go. Days, are you fond of Brock holding the title hostage? I'm a fan of Brock being champion. I think your legit biggest star should be champion, and I think Brock is the legit biggest star. So I've no problem with him being champion, and I don't think anyone has really got a problem with him being champion. It's just that he never defends the title. He should defend every 30 days. If he defended every 30 days, it's only 12 times a year. 12 times a year. If he defended 12 times a year, lovely. Perfect. Wonderful. No complaints. I don't need to see him on Raw every week. I don't need it. But 12 times a year, he should defend that title. If you've got a crush on Drew, you technically have got a crush on Days. That's true. We are one and the same, as we found out recently. Brock is 1 centimeter now. Oh my god. Shrunk. He has shrunk. They'll be calling him Shorty B, won't they? Here's Shorty B. Right, we're waiting to go back. We've got 13 minutes. We've had a few little giggles from the Fiend during this. I'm not expecting to see the Fiend in the ring when we get back or anything. I think the match will just be continuing as normal. I think it was just a message. Just a message from the Fiend. Let's go back and see. WWE on BT Sport. No, a little promo now for Brock. Talking of Brock, he will be on Raw on Monday. It could be quite interesting because we might find out who he's going to be facing at the Rumble. It might give us a really good idea if someone interrupts him or if he interrupts someone. Jesse Callan says, everyone's talking about who they have a crush on. I've got a crush on my husband. It's never ending. Jesse, I've got a crush on your husband as well. I just want to throw that out there. I feel like now is the right time to say it. That I also have a crush on your husband. He is a dreamboat. We are back at the action. There is no Fiend. There is no more giggling. There's just a smiling Roman Reigns. That's all you need, isn't it? In the UFC, you don't have to defend it in every pay-per-view. That's true, but the UFC has got weight classes. Plus also, like, the UFC is more in line with boxing. Like, when it comes to those kind of real sports, if you will. Oh, shoulder up from Roman. You've got to prepare. You've got to train. It takes months to get ready for a fight. It's not the same in WWE. Plus also, I believe there is actually a rule that says you have to defend the title every 30 days. Otherwise, you could be stripped of the title. And obviously, that rule doesn't exist in UFC either. If they change the rule, if WWE were to come out and say, look, the rule now is you've got to defend the title every 60 days, then that's the rule, and I'll stick with that rule. Then he's got to defend the title 6 times a year. That's fine. Dolph is saying to Roman, do something. I've got a crush on Huskus. Days is Batman. Days is Batman, and Baron Corbin is Robin. I really wouldn't want to spend that much time with him, to be honest. I don't know if Batman's ever turned on his sidekick, but that is definitely what would happen. King Corbin in the ring, Roman down. Corbin stomping away on Roman. Do you remember when Ziggler was Nikki from the Spirit Squad? I do. Yes, I do. Maybe they are doing Sheamus and Daniel so that Daniel could beat Sheamus in 8 seconds. I think you will see those two clash at some point, yes. In all fairness, Daniel losing in 8 seconds is really what won him over with the crowd. So, if anything, that was like one of the best things that ever happened to Daniel. The love for Daniel following that went through the roof. And actually, interestingly, and we've spoke about this recently, WrestleMania 30 was meant to be Daniel versus Sheamus. It was meant to be the rematch. But then, of course, Chance took over and Daniel ended up going for the title, winning the title. Corbin to the outside, gets back into the ring. Superman punch by Roman. Corbin goes down. Daniel trying to fire the crowd up. I thought the 30-day thing was for injuries. No. Daniel reaching his hand out. Roman about to tag in. There we go. Daniel in. Big strikes. Daze, are you one of the people carrying King Corbin? No. I'm not strong enough. Against the ropes, stuck underneath by Daniel. Nice. Collides into Dolph. He's trying to get the crowd fired up. How long we got? 8 minutes. I keep calling out the time because I do think we're going to get the Fiend, or I do think we're going to get the Funhouse. This is a fired up Daniel now in there. Throwing kicks in the corner to Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler getting put up onto the top. Daniel gonna head scissors. Nice. He's trying to, again, get the crowd worked up. Trying to get those yes chants going. Yes kicks. Days, there's a fake Wrestling Days chat in account in the chat. That's fine. LeBell lock. LeBell lock. In comes Corbin, makes the save. I'm not sure where Roman's gone. There he is! There, you heard me! I don't know where Roman's gone. Spear! Spear by Roman. Super kick by Dolph. Dolph going after Daniel. Looking for a sling blade. Couldn't get it. Duck underneath by Daniel. Daniel. Running knee. Running knee to Dolph. Hello. Lights are shutting down. Now, we've had this before. We didn't get this far, though. The lights have completely gone off now. There he is! He's at ringside! The Fiend is here! The Fiend is outside of the ring, is staring at Daniel. Daniel with a suicide dive, going after the Fiend. Daniel and the Fiend are fighting! Oh, into the ring post. The Fiend goes into the ring post. Daniel on the edge of the ring. Looking for a running knee, but runs into a mandible claw. Mandible claw into the bar. Through the barricade. Daniel Bryan through the barricade. The Fiend putting that mandible claw on again. Oh. He's just laughing his head off. Daniel Bryan passes out to the mandible claw. The Fiend sticking his tongue out. What's that? And is he gone again? I think the Fiend has gone. Yeah, he's gone. The Fiend's gone, so Daniel's down. He's been put through the barricade. There's people coming over to check on him. I don't know what this means for the match. I don't know if the match is continuing or... Roman. Oh, Roman coming over to check on Daniel, but gets attacked by Dolph and King Corbin. I think they want this match to continue. Hurling Roman into the ring. So, oh, now they've got handcuffs. So, I don't think the match is officially continuing. There's more dog food. 4 cans of dog food. Must have been like an offer. They must have taken them up on an offer. They got 4 cans here. They got the handcuffs there. Handcuffing Roman. What? To nothing? I thought they were going to handcuff him to... Oh, the ropes. He's handcuffed to the ropes. Usos! The Usos have returned! Oh, what a mad way to end SmackDown! The Usos are here! Super kicks! Down goes Dolph! They get into the ring! They've come to the rescue of Roman! The Usos are back! Over the top, come crashing down! What a way to end SmackDown! Going straight over, checking on Roman. If they get in the key, I think, yeah, they found the key. Why did the ref have the key? Why did the ref have the key? Was the ref a part of this? Conspiracy! There we go. The Usos return, and they embrace with Roman, a relieved Roman. Very cool as the show ends. Man, that was a mental 5 minutes. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. Get your scores in. Get your scores in. We're going to have to go quite soon because of Wrestle Kingdom, and I really do want to get some sleep. Not that I'm going to get that much sleep, but I'd like to get a few hours. So get your scores in, and then we're going to have to run away because Wrestle Kingdom is literally on the way. Fiend was cool. Usos was cool. I think the rest of the show, there was no matches that mattered. For me, it's a big problem with the show. You've got to have matches that actually mean something. And there was just a lot of I think every single match, actually, it didn't matter who won. Didn't matter who won. But cool to see the Usos. Cool to have a glimpse of Jon Morrison. Cool to see Sheamus. Cool to see the Fiend. I'm going to stick with 625. We got 7.2s, 9, 5.5, 7.5. YouTube says boring. Hugh Jass says 4. 9, 10, 8.5. Feel like they're really high. Feel like most of the show was just meh. Really good ending. Great ending. But I think most of the rest of the show was a bit meh. 8, 6, 10, 9, 10, 5.5, 8.4, 9, 10, 6.3, 8, 8, 9. And you guys really enjoyed that ending. 7.5, 9, 10. Loved what the Fiend did to Daniel. I got to admit, I did enjoy the fact that it wasn't just another Fiend attack. There was a bit of back and forth. So that bit was cool. Yeah, I do agree. 7, 7, 6.5, 7, 5.5. What time are you going to start streaming Wrestle Kingdom? I will start when the main show starts. I'm not going to bother with the pre-show. Just because of the time. So I think that'll be 3 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. So in 5 hours, we will start in 5 hours. Right, with that being said, I am going to go. Because I would normally stick around and just have a little bit of a chat about what we've seen. We saw quite a bit. There was some really interesting stuff going on. But yeah, we need to go. We need to leave. Wrestle Kingdom is coming up. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe. Make sure that you join us. Not just for Wrestle Kingdom. It might not be your thing, but of course we're going to be back on Monday for Raw. We've got NWA, I think, on Tuesday. It's back to its normal day of Tuesday. We've got NXT, AEW on Wednesday, SmackDown again next Friday. We're building towards the Royal Rumble. We're building towards NWA Hard Times. We're building towards NXT UK Blackpool Takeover 2, whatever it's called. We're building towards Worlds Collide. There is so much going on. And we are streaming it all. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you're a part of our community. Thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. And hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.